type of difficulty. Uh, new formats always tend to do that. I'm going to fool around with the buttons for a second. I don't know what that button does. Chat viewing options. Some messages such as spam may not be visible. I'll do that. Take a look at the window. There's the window, the side yard right there. It's a little bit sunny today. Oh, let's see, I'm not getting a backup here, so why is that? Let's go over to my channel. It should be on. I'm wondering why it's not. Now we gotta. Why am I not on? Latest live. How long is the delay? Thanks for coming in. Anyway, I'm messed up here because I don't know what I'm doing. Creator tool, start a poll. Start a poll. Okay, let's do that. Start a poll. Can you see and hear me? That would help, right? If they say no, they can't say no. Hi guys, I'm having trouble with my channel on my laptop. I'm using, there it is. Okay, so we're all set. Let me just do a quick sound check. I think it's okay. Yep, we're good. We'll end that poll. All right, hi guys, it's J Mike Live. I started a few minutes early. I'm just moving around a bit, but not that much. Typically go live on at 9:30 during the week, but now it's about 9:14 a.m. So thanks for stopping in, guys. I don't know how to get rid of that. Well, how do I do that? Oh, okay, it's gone. All right, sometimes you just hit something twice and that's the off button. So thanks for coming in anyway. We're just getting started. Like I said, let me give a couple of shout out hellos. Kim So Young 633 and it's me, Carol. Thanks for coming in. Warren RCG. Thank you, Warren, M&J, Marty and Jamie. Francia Domenico. Hello and good morning to you. In this format, I can't display any other pages or chats or anything, so I will not be putting chats, I will not be able to, not allowed on, if there is a way, let me know, because I'm not totally familiar with this, not allowed to put up other pages or even guests or anything like that. I can start off with a guest, but I would have to put it in two-person format, and I did not do that. Maybe that's a way to get my wheel out there, but I haven't really figured that out. So there was 4 quick votes. I guess you all said you can see and hear me. So thank you. What else do I want? Okay. Just do a second quick sound check. Make sure I wasn't hearing things. Chrissy Mama is live. Some of these people, they go live every day. I'm not sure why they do that. Norma says, yeah, Jay, do a shorter live stream and go live every day. But I think if I go live at night, there would be more viewers. But who knows? I don't know. There's just as many people in the Philippines that are loving YouTube and Facebook and all that other stuff. So Warren RCG says 10-4, good buddy, loud and clear. All right, so that was a couple minutes ago. So good morning, Francia Domenico. Gary Matero, thank you so much, my brother Gary. Don't go away, Gary. Don't just drop a bomb and leave. You gotta hang out for a while. Len Whistler, yeah, thanks for sharing that. The vertical format seems to get good views. Your last YouTube has a different bucket for the vertical format, and they're pushing it. And I just got drift of that. I saw someone that is not even a good person. He seems like he's making a living being a failure. And I said, he's got almost 1,000 views. How is that happening? He's a I don't want to be too negative about the guy, but he really, because he smacks a lot of people, and they should be smacking him, which is how idiotic he appears to be. Apparently an idiot. But who knows? There's a lot of us here on YouTube, right? A lot of us idiots. We love it. Let's see. Me and Shamel used live together a few times. Yeah, but I don't. If I don't immediately have somebody, I'm not gonna put it up there just in case someone comes up, because it doesn't look good. I don't necessarily. If you're not gonna contribute, like, no, I would do it for Norma, but typically she'll just sit here with me. But then we're on widescreen, so for some reason they won't show live streams with the streaming software on the widescreen. They won't put them in this bucket, so that's one of the things, I guess. So YouTube does things, they don't tell you, you just gotta, you see it and then you know they do it. That's the only way. I still got this cough. It's been like approaching, this is day 7. That's a sign of getting older. What happens is you end up working out less and less. That's the thing. And it's not because I don't want to work out. There's no one to do it. There's no one to go on jogs or throw the ball or anything like that. So that's why I don't exercise. Norm and I we used to go up, because we live right next to a mountain. We used to walk up, and then we would sit at Cafe in the Sky, or the Teaspoon in the Sky, or whatever those restaurants are. We would do that once a month, and that's some bit of a workout, but now she doesn't want to do it. Wives grow all younger than husbands. When you're together for a while, you become the same age, even younger wives. She's not a kid, so she's a little, I'm very old, so she's just a tad younger than me, but we seem to be the same age. For whatever that means. That is funny. So, on the phone, I'm using the front cam, and I see myself in mirror image. But on the laptop broadcast, I see the regular image, as if you were looking at me, live and in person. So that's a weird one. Danielle Berry. Sorry, I took my eyes off the screen, guys. I do that a lot. I can't just stare down at the chat, even though it's in front, because the chat that's in front of me, it's too small. I can't. Sorry. I guess I can see Pressy. Pressy's here saying good morning, sir. Thank you, Pressy. Where are we? Let's see. Lee Sung Soon is here. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you, Lee. Good to see you, Lee. Lee Sung Soon. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He's got all kinds of stuff. There's his link right there. Jeline, checker of Team Happy. Good to see you. Jeline. Jeline 2. What happened to Jeline 1? Pressy's here. Thank you, Pressy, for coming in. Pressy Manzanero. Thank you, thank you. All right. I'm feeling grateful today. There's, now back, I still follow a little bit of sports. Obviously, I played amateur sports most of my life back in the USA, but I'm here. I've been here for 2 years. The permanent residency is secured. The visas are all stamped and signed. Annual report done, bought and paid for. But my interests are still there, especially for the NFL, the National Football League, American football, not soccer, not the games that always end 2-1, or 1-0, or 1-1. No, the NFL, National Football League, NFL football. Let's see. New England. Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots are at the top of the news right now. Bill Belichick is out as coach of the Patriots. That is shocking news development that overshadows the head coach of Alabama being, I guess, retiring, and Pete Carroll getting fired from the Seattle Seahawks, another well-known coach. Nick Saban, he wasn't in the NFL, but him and Belichick and Pete Carroll, they were all, the three top most successful coaches of this current day, all have ties to New England, strangely enough. But I'm sure that is all total coincidence. But I was a big fan of Belichick, even though the media, he did say he respects the media, like, I don't want to put words in his mouth. The videos are all out there, but something like, I love you guys. I realize that you guys are doing your job. Just like I always said, do your job. Bill Belichick was notorious for, coaches are required to take questions almost every day. But after the games especially. And a lot of times people would ask a question and he would say, I talked about that yesterday. And that would be his answer. And they hated him for that. They hated that. Like, could you just give us, like, say it in a different way? Give us a, like, you know, just in different words, Bill. No, I don't want to do that. No, nothing extra out of him. That was for a long time. I'm just here to coach the next game. Was basically his attitude. We're working on the next opponent, not the one after that or the one after that. Not 5 weeks ago, the next opponent. So everything was close to the vest with him. Turns out he was making. Rumor has it he was making 20. We never knew, but he was making, or we think he's making $20 million a year. But that's all over. I just thought I would talk about that. Maria Marga Vlog, welcome. Thanks for stepping in. Vilma Fuentes, thank you for stepping in. Team Happy, good morning to you. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. I don't know. What else do I want to talk about? The NFL is big time in the news. That's why. Not so much NBA. Two legendary coaches will not return. What happened to the Miami Dolphins? They were like scoring 70 points, and now all of a sudden they're struggling. I knew that would happen. I thought, the early season success like that, unless you won last year's Super Bowl, you're not likely to maintain that, especially if you're doing it with speed. What do they say? What do they say happens to if you draft somebody like with world-class speed, especially if he's a running back or a wide receiver? He's got 4.3 speed. When they take a couple of hard hits, they suddenly have 4.5 speed. Especially if they get a foot or a knee injury or some type of leg injury. No, they don't even tell you that. You are required to report injuries. So what they say now is they don't say if it's an ankle or a foot, they say lower body. Because they don't want, especially if you're going to play, like he's playing but he's got an injury, so he's like 75% or whatever, however 50% or 75%. Because they don't want to be targeted. They don't want to be targeted like hit him in the knee, hit him in the knee. You're not supposed to hit people in the knee, but they could do that, I guess. Admin Pretty Joyce here, awesome. Mas Malupit Travel Vlogs, very good to see you, Mas Malupit. Thank you for stopping by. There's a link there to, I don't know what that is. Let me check what that is. Mas Malupit is giving us a link to a video, so dito tayo sa mga inasal sa anonas kakain ng taghalian. for lunch. Food for lunch. Let's see what that is. Never start a video showing the floor. You just did that. So you're moving your camera too much. Now, don't take that. It doesn't mean I hate the video. I'm just saying that you can eliminate little, just cut it, just take that out of there. Edit that out. Because the food looks good. Food, chicken and rice, I love that. That's a very good food. Your angle, a lot of times they say when photographers are doing still shots, they get low, and and those come out great. But when you're showing people eating, you want to go high. You want to be at least head level, not like this. Your phone should be up high because we want to see the faces, but we also want to look down and see the food, because dito tayo, the people are important. It's all about the people, but the food that's the reason you're doing the video, is for the food, right? You're at I think you're at Unmissable. So don't be afraid to show the food like that. And the other thing is moving the camera, because your camera's not stable. That's your phone. I don't know if that's your phone or your camera. There's no stabilizer, so if you move it too much, it'll be very shaky. So you got to be careful that way. And those are just little things that are in the video that maybe you don't have perfect control, but you can make it a little bit better. And don't start the video showing the floor. Don't do that. Just clip that out of there. Hey, Doug the guitarist. What's up, Doug? How are you doing? Good to see you. So we get some people trickling in. It's not too bad. Thanks for stopping in, guys. It's Friday here at Thursday night. I don't know. I don't know who else is live. Doug, where are you? You're in the USA, I think, right? What part of the USA are you in? I forget. Who's your favorite NFL team? Oh, you're in Canada? I always thought you were in, like, closer to the south than the north. You're in Canada. Do you watch football, American football? We got, I don't think there's any Canadian football teams, not in the NFL. No football. Yeah. Canada, the media in Canada sucks. I remember the days when they would show hockey night in Canada. I was a kid, I was a young boy, but we would wait till I think it was 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we would wait. And it was usually the Canadians and Maple Leafs or something like that. Could have been the Canadians and the Blackhawks or the Red Wings or something. And it would be the second period. The start of the broadcast would be either like the very end of the first period, or it would be like early in the second period. Now it's good because it's hard to sit there and watch an entire game, but the television broadcast should do that. They didn't watch the entire game because I guess they didn't think it was important. It's not important, but if you're going to broadcast a game, you might as well broadcast the whole game. For years, they didn't do that. That was weird. But that's just one weird thing. But then obviously they fixed that by the end of the 60s, I guess. But hasn't anyone figured out in the game of hockey, which is very exciting, it can be exciting, in the game of hockey, people think, well, hockey's great because skating is great. I agree, I still skate. I skate. Skating is great. But all the little idiosyncrasies in the rules, it's hockey's, they don't want to change that because then that destroys the history. That's why they won't change it. So, why hasn't anyone figured out the reason championships are won and lost, even if you go back to the 60s, or, 69, 70, 71, 72. Every single year, pick a year, championships are won and lost because of goaltending. That's it. That's why they want so many teams in the playoffs. The weakest seed, the lowest seed has an equal chance of winning. It doesn't matter. But they want everyone in the playoffs because you really have a good chance of winning. But you need a goaltender. They say, oh, you're going to have a hot goalie. Well, he's going to be good because, best of 7 isn't easy because it's one game after the other. It's like right in quick succession. I guess they don't play on consecutive nights, but still, a playoff game requires your best attention and your best rest. So, but it's always the greatest performance as the goaltending goes, so goes your playoff chances. Not so in basketball, because goaltending is 2 points for the other team, so you don't want to do that. They very rarely call that, though. It's so weird now. They make it look easy now, because I watch all the highlights, and it's all about three-pointers and dunks. They'll never show a free throw or anything like that unless there's an egregious call or something like that, Well, after 12-minute review with super slow motion, we're going to call, a flagrant 2 or whatever it is. It's like, if you didn't see a flagrant, if you don't see it in real time, you shouldn't see it in super slow motion. That's ridiculous. You can't see what's in someone's mind, when they put their arm out in slow motions. Someone's either going up or going down, so the position of his head and face change out of everyone's control. So if an elbow touches a cheek, it doesn't mean he intended to do that. It means he's moving. Someone's moving, and that's what happens. Sean Williams is here. Awesome, Sean. How's it going? Sean, where's your favorite team in the playoffs in the NFL? Tell us about that. Don't just lurk and put me in the background. I want your input. Tell me where you... Sean says hello, and then he goes to the next live stream. Not a bad thing. Everybody loves that. But I get a question. That's how I know when people are staying and watching. You ask questions. Because you could be the next winner on The Price is Right. Right? Vilma Fuentes, team happy? Awesome. Wilma's here. Sean, my team's not in the playoffs. New England's my team. The rope for... What do you think about the loss of Bill Belichick? See, New England Patriots are at the top of the news as the playoffs begin. Even out of the playoffs, they're in the news. Not just as a brief passing note, but top of the news. And it's not just Belichick leaving. It's the coaches that are available could coach in New England. You got Pete Carroll, you got Mike Vrabel, and then you have Gerard Mayo. Just to name 3. There's other coaches out there. Rumor has it that Belichick might go to Dallas. Somebody else is saying the Eagles, and several other people are saying Atlanta. Q's here. What's up, Q? How are you doing? You just put in a code word that's going to pull up a message for you, a special hello. Oh, no, it won't happen because you don't have a jacket. I need to see more posts before I give you a jacket. That's a big loss. Robert Kraft making a huge mistake. All he had to do was tell Bill to give up the G. That's all they were trying to do. Bill kind of hinted that he is up for anything, but see, a lot of players leave their teams and go to another team, and then they have a little bit of success, and then it's over. So look at Brady. He went to a team that was ready to win. All they needed was a quarterback. Any slug could figure that out. He's not the reason. He's the reason. He made the difference in Tampa, but they couldn't win it the next year or the year after that. But he was breaking milestones. He was hitting milestones, so he was in the news. He's doing this, he's doing that, all as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. But, and obviously a very good quarterback. I love Tom Brady. But, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to mic up. I'm not mic'd up. I could still get that on there. Where did I put the mic? There it is. I'm going to mic up. I'm just trying to charge up. Where it's going. All right. We're 95%, so I guess I could do that. Let's. The little doodad fell off. You know why? Because it's not the original one. The original one kind of disintegrated. I don't know why. It's not that old. I didn't use it that much. Some things fall apart quicker than you expect. Hard to put these on a t-shirt. But there it is. Unplug one thing and plug in another. Oops. I'm getting old, guys. I have a birthday coming up. We will do another Gcash event. I'll have to be in widescreen for that, so we'll need StreamYard to do that. No sound card, no StreamYard today, guys. We're on YouTube. We're directly on YouTube, so but in the near future we will do Gcash. I love doing that. So does that sound better? Can anybody tell me if that sounds better? It's kind of hard to. I can do a sound check, but it's hard to know if it sounds better. And I lost my page. Why did I lose my page? Let's see. Kind of hard to know if there's a difference, but just let me know. Marty, it's better? Okay. They already have the team put in place. Well, I mean, New England is good in the draft. I actually thought, because New England acquired Bill Belichick by giving up 2 first-round draft picks. That's how they got him from the Jets in the first place. But he said all the right things right in the beginning. And then Sean Payton was traded for a first-round draft pick, actually, and then I think a second or something like that. So I thought, well, they're still trading coaches for draft picks. Maybe they could do that, but they didn't do that. I think they won't say anything. Well, we might find out. I think that they said, okay, the team he's going to will have to give up that draft pick. So even if you don't want to use a first-round pick, you could trade it for, 3 second-round picks or something silly like that. He loves to have a lot of draft picks to use them for capital, but the team he would be going to would lose that. So I think they made a deal where he has a year left on his contract, and they said, okay, we won't trade you for a draft pick if you agree to eliminate the contract. Now, what's a few $1 million to a billionaire, right? Well, billionaires don't throw millions of dollars away. You show me a man that throws away pennies, and I'll show you a poor man. Right, Celine Ruby? It's hard to tuck money with. If people consider themselves poor, we're all in this together, guys. We're not in the club. That's the other thing I want to tell everybody. We're not in the club. Even though I have lunch money, but it ain't the money that's required to be in the WEF or any of those groups. The big banks, Big Pharma, and the big conglomerates, mostly owned or invested in by BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, all the corporations that have them as the investors, the key investors, they're all following what they're told, you know, DEI and ESI and ESG and all this. You got to do this. They get a list of things they have to do, and it's like, okay, HR gets involved, and they're doing everything outside of what they really are. And I noticed it in the last, maybe the last 19 years maybe the last 15 years I was working. Diversity came in 03, I guess. We'll start with that year. That was a very strange year for me. The diversity thing. Everybody had to have a vice president of diversity, which they, years later they got rid of it. It's like, we're not doing that. We might draft the young man out of North Carolina. I'm hoping that New England gets Drake May, but I hope he's not Ryan Leaf. So he's been in the news lately. The last few days I've seen him made a couple of videos. So Belichick preferred guys that were stand up in the community. So he thought that would work. Like, you can't have a guy with that has rumors going around that, oh, he cheats on his wife and all this. Oh, can't have you. So therefore they stayed away from a lot of guys. That's why they didn't have Antonio Brown. Now, they did bring in Antonio Brown for a couple of weeks, and right away he got into the act by scoring a touchdown. Tom Brady loved him, but Boston doesn't like that. Boston will jump on that, even though it's very strange, because Boston's left wing, which is the problem in society. The left wing is the problem in society, the far left. So Boston has some soul searching to do. They don't like it when the spotlight is on a transgression that they're in favor of. Edwin Juarez, watching from fronting Metrobank Bicol region. Awesome. Thank you for stopping in. I will add you as a moderator. Now, a lot of people clean out their moderators after every live stream. I don't do that. So if you were once a moderator, you were always a moderator. Now, it's been 3 years, so I probably have, let's say I got 12,000 subscribers. They don't all come to the live streams. When you watch a short and you like it, and if you see another one, you typically, I'm getting a lot of subscribers that way. Now, they're subscribing on my shorts. They might say, let me see what he's got, but they don't necessarily come into the live streams. It's not like, okay, I like that video, let me watch him live. It's not necessarily going to happen. So I don't worry about that. But it's possible because now they're subscribed. So my videos were getting they were getting views from people not subscribed by like 98%. But then it went down to 95 and 92 and then 90, and I think, I haven't checked that in a while, but I think it's below, I think it's down to 84 or 85% now. So it's going like this. But I'm not Mr. Beast yet. In my opinion, he picked an evil name, Mr. Beast. That is the sign of the devil, which I want to stay away from. I'll just quickly say that. He's good. Now, the devil brings success. So, the God of the world is not God. Here I go with my preaching. I'm going to preach till I die, guys. I'm not going to, shy away from that. Boston fans don't put up with that stuff. Well, see, because they're ambidextrous with their viewpoint on life. I say with the left wing voting, the left wing, the truth is not in them. They don't believe. Now, if they do, that means there's a conflict, which tells me they don't have everything, they don't have their minds lined up right. I remember when I was in the U.S. and they said, okay, you can't have public meetings, which means churches, when they have 30, 40, 50 people, 100 people, you can't do that. So you can't go, or if you do go, you can't have food, or you got to wear masks, right? So I would say don't follow those orders, because now we know that, and then everything's a conspiracy theory. So whatever you're being told on television news, it's not true. And if you go back to, if you were born before 1960, everything they told you was not true. Now, that doesn't mean like every word is fabricated. They'll say, no, this is true, so let me tell you a story. I'm going to start off with the truth, and then I'm going to spin my story. That's what they're doing. Pinky, good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping in, Pinky. Celine Ruby, Sean Williams, Edmund Juarez. Thank you, guys. Let's see how many people we got. We got a good number of people here. We're in the double digits. Thank you, and thank you for the thumbs up also. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me refresh. The viewers stays live, but when it tells you, but the thumbs up needs to be refreshed. I don't know why. It's just little weird things. Boston fans. Well, see, most fans are drinking beer and some fans are smoking pot. Actually, more than you think, because younger people will watch sports. So they're doing all these things. They don't care what the average fan thinks. They care what the season ticket holders think. The people paying the big bucks to watch the game. And the sponsors, you can't have Coke and Pepsi saying, yeah, we don't like that. We can't have that. So that's kind of why. And then Velajan, Team Happy, thank you for stopping in. Team Happy, Ivanotics, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in. It's, you got to be grateful for people stopping in. That's what it's all about, right? Ami Film Channel is here, guys. Ami Film is here. Awesome. My dog, I think that's my dog barking. Could that be Lazada bringing the correct order? I want to say 50% of the time, I'm like always nervous when Lazada shows up. Am I going to get the right or the wrong product? They don't know how to pack things. It's like I ordered a 3.5 container casing that plugs in. You slip the disc in, and I got a beautiful one, but now we need a second one. So I got a disc that's perfect, costs a lot of money, but the container is wrong. They give me the 2.5, but it looks like the 0.5. That's how much it's different in size. It looks like a cigarette lighter. So I was ticked off. Alabama Crimson Tide, the team I root for, looking for a new head coach. Nick Saban retired. Yeah, he didn't even get top of the news. That's incredible. That's a huge loss. They better hurry up, find one. Losing recruiters. Well, he was there for a good 10 years, I think. I'm not sure. Might have been 10, 12 years. But I barely heard about him because of Bill Belichick. He worked for Belichick. It's amazing. The problem with the Patriots wasn't necessarily, it's talent, but the problem is they lost a lot of people that were good in the talent search. A head coach can't search 500 people, different people every year. You can watch a game and say, okay, I like this kid and I like that kid, and draft them, but then you miss all the other stars. It's like, okay, the kid I liked, he's okay, but he's not good enough to be a starter. He was good against his competition, and I like the way he is as a man, but it's not good enough. That's what was happening. You would see, after the season, you would see Belichick at some of the bowl games. You know, he's at the Army-Navy game, he's at the East-West game, he's at the, I forget the name of all the, not the big bowls, but all the other special bowls. And the people he saw up close, I think he understood, you know, how good they were against their competition, but he wasn't seeing all the competition. And I think that's a problem. No, they might know, you know, he might know Caleb Williams is, you know, either the first or second pick. Or third, they might, you know, you got Marvin Harrison Jr. there, but what about the rounds that he likes, third, fourth, and fifth round, where you find all your good linebackers and player, you know, and tight ends and stuff like that? Those are the difference makers that can, maybe not the difference makers, but players that help teams look good, give you consistency. And he's out picking those guys, but maybe not always getting the top players. And that's what, when you lose coaches over, especially between 2009, right around there. 2008 was the year Brady got hurt. Then they came back. They had a pretty good team. But between 2010 and 2019, now, he kept losing those eyeballs in those heads. And they work for other people. And it's not just one person. It's this person, it's that person, it's that person. Everyone thinks Josh McDaniels is an idiot because, you know, they had problems with, the culture wasn't the same over in Raiderland. So that doesn't make him a bad person. That just means things that worked in New England didn't work in, you know, you had some hard asses that were like not players, but in the coaching staff that didn't want to hear it. So, and I always thought Raider Nation, they overrate their team. They always thought that they had a Super Bowl contender, and they did not. They didn't have a Super Bowl contender. That was the problem. You know, Derek Carr. Derek Carr is a good quarterback. He's not the difference maker either. But it's not just that. It's not just that one play. If you put him on a plug-and-play team, you know, that just only needs that one person, you know, they would make a run at it. But he's not doing, that didn't happen. That's not the Raiders. So they think they have this great team, and that's not true. Yeah, Sean, you can say that about any team. Any team need to get the right personnel again, get back to winning like they were before. You can take out New England Patriots and say any team need to get the right personnel again, get back to winning like they were before. Well, it starts with the head coach. It doesn't start with the draft pick. It starts with the head coach. Your first pick cannot be a wide receiver. You gotta get a quarterback. Even if they still have Zappe and Mac Jones and whoever that third quarterback was. I forget who that was. Not the one they sent to Baltimore. They brought in another guy, but those aren't the guys. You can have them on your roster, but you need to get one of those two. They say there's more. ESPN is saying there's like 4 or 5. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about anything. But highlight films look good. What is revealed with Dre Makes highlights is not telling you how good he's going to do under pressure. That's why when you walk in, when you show up to a team with Bill Belichick coaching, they're going to test you before you practice, they're going to test. They're going to test your manhood. They're going to put you right on the spot and see who you are. That's the first thing. But it's not going to be like Raider-like. It's different in New England. Everyone says that. When I went to New England, it was different. You know, even James Harrison, who always, the Pittsburgh Steeler, the long time Pittsburgh Steeler, always said, I hated him. I thought he was the stupidest jerk, right? And when he came to New England, you know, and who's Michael Bennett was the other one. They both got to the Super Bowl, but Michael Bennett ended up winning one, and Harrison ended up being runner-up because they couldn't win it. But that was Brady's best performance in Super Bowls, and they didn't even win. So if you don't have the rest of the team giving you a great performance, Tom Brady can't help you. If Tom Brady went to almost any other team, they never would have won. They were making mistakes when he showed up. They had talent, and then he brought other talent. He brought Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski to the Bucs. That made all the difference. If you watch that Super Bowl, Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski were the difference. Right? Selexia vlog? Selexia, I watched your live stream yesterday or the day before, and you had like 1,000 viewers. No, 2,000 watching now. That was unbelievable. Did you even know that? I don't even know how many. That was a lot of viewers. Were you talking naughty? Now you have children. I don't know how many. So, but I know you're not naughty or anything, but they were watching. They like to watch young women. Doesn't matter. Norma's doing it on Reels on Facebook. I've told her 100 times, I hate Facebook, I'm not doing it, but she won't respond to that. She just keeps doing it. Support from Chrissy. Yeah, that's Chrissy Mama, I guess. Is Chrissy live? I'm not clicking over there. Samuel. Hold on, Samuel. Brazil. Samuel, you need to chat more if you want a jacket. You can't use all caps. All right? Until you get a jacket. So, Sis Filek. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on, Samuel. Thank you for stopping in. Awesome. I spoke before I looked. Mama Jane is here. Where's Mama Jane? Oh, there you are. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah, if you type hello, guys, Nightbot will respond to you. Hello or hey, H-E-Y, not H-A-Y. Or J. Hey, H-E-Y, J-J-A-Y, or hello. You'll get messages from Nightbot. J-A-Y will pull up your main channel. I don't advocate doing that. You can if you want, but I don't advocate it. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Awesome. If you haven't smashed that thumbs up button, go ahead. If you're on the phone, I think you have to go up to the top and touch the dots, and then you can like the show. You don't need to leave. Just touch the dots, and it'll drop down, and you can see it. Nix Mendoza, hello, host. Good morning here in the Philippines. Awesome. It started off as a nice morning. We got some clouds here now, though. Clouds are a pesky thing in the Philippines. It keeps us white, especially in the hardest part of the day, which would be 10, 11, 12. But it could be cloudy one minute and clear blue sky the next. We're coming into the dry season, not there yet, but pretty much there. Yeah, if the first word you say is hello, but you got to spell it correctly, or you won't get the message. Thank you for visiting J Mike's channel. Hi din sayo langga. Welcome sa bahay, J Mike. Welcome sa bahay ni J Mike. Kailangan ko ang pangalan mo. I need your name. Nix Mendoza. Do I need to go over and see your channel. Go to channel. Let's check it out. I got to see if Chrissy Mama's live. Oh, you got good stuff going on. Not enough videos. If you think you have enough videos, think again. For the last 6 months, I'm averaging that I post 6 videos per day. It was 4 or 5, but now it's 6. When in doubt, post more videos. I had a co-host last year would always say, you don't need to post that much, just put up a couple of videos. Because he knew that if you do that, you'll stay small, and then you'll always have to go to his live stream and try to grow. Grow here, grow your channel, get free subs. If you spend 2 or 3 or 4 hours in a live stream, you'll get a couple of subscribers, or a few. If the host singles you out and says, okay guys, here's his link, he pins it up in blue, and says, go to his channel and get him some more subscribers, you'll get 10, if they do it long enough. 7 to 10, but then they disappear. Why? There's a reason for that. It's not what you think. Having your subscribers grow that way, and then they go down within 48 hours, there's a steady reason for that. It's a consistent reason. And it's because they're not watching your videos. So if you drop a link to a video and say, please like, and they go to the video, they're viewing the video, and then they click like and subscribe, then that will stick. Because they watched the video. That's how it works. That's how it works. Right, Prince? Right, Prissy Manzanero? It is work, because you got to get out there and do videos. And then you got to, when you post them all, you got to get out there and do more videos, and you got to keep doing more videos. It's a lot of work. If I get 18 videos, that's only going to last me 2 or 3 days, maybe 3 days. Because that's 6 per day. That's what I'm doing. So that time goes by quickly. The older you get, the quicker the time goes by. No, I mean, every minute is a minute. If you look at the clock, time's still gonna go by the same speed. But what happens is it becomes a smaller percentage of your life. As you get older, each minute becomes a smaller percentage of your life. That's why it seems like when you get older, time flies. I said that when I was 21. Time's starting to fly. Because when you're a kid, it seems like it's going to go on forever. Because each day is when you're 2 days old, today was 50% of your life. Now each day, it's just a little, like, less than 1% of your life. It's like 0.01. It's 0.001% of your life. It's like very small. That's why. Oh, how can we boost? I don't boost. I just wait for the audience. I don't know what to do. Maybe I wore the wrong color. There's no screen posting, I don't think. How can I? Maybe there is. Let's see. No, we don't want to do that. Oh. Can we do that? Okay. We'll switch that. All right. Wait, guys. We'll pop it with more color. How's that? Start poll. No, I don't want to do that. Not much I can do there. So it is what it is, I guess. Right, Prissy? What else can I talk about? I had a few things I wanted to talk about, but now... Oh, that's the other thing. I was talking to Mas Malupit. I don't know if you're still here. Mas Malupit, are you still here? Oh, okay, so okay, so right at the end of that video, you showed me a good angle. So, I accidentally closed the tab. So if you're doing a 13-minute video, you get 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, even if you have 1,000. Not a lot of people are going to watch, 3 or 4 guys eating at Mang Inasal or whatever it is that you're doing, even if you're on vacation. If you're at Disney World or something like that, they have some attractions. Don't make it about your family's, like, here's my wife and kid in front of the Magic Kingdom. Here's my wife and kid in front of the Epcot ball. Here's my wife and kid in front of this, By all means, take those pictures, but don't make the video about that. So you have those pictures, you don't want to miss that. But the YouTube video should be about Disney World. And if it's 13 minutes, don't have it 13 minutes like almost at the same place. If you're eating at a table, when you're sitting down, be above head level and make sure you see the food. We did a 15-minute live stream. We were at the skating rink, and it's at the mall, so we did a couple of videos. But one video we ate after we skated. We did another video where we ate before we skated, and we talked about that we're going to skate. But we didn't, in one video we didn't show the food. We just showed our faces. It was good, but it wasn't about the food. And then we showed the food right in the very beginning, and then at the end we looked around. So, and all the comments were, oh, we wanted to look at the table and see the food. Yeah, but they also want to see your faces too, especially because we were talking. So, so the failures can teach you what you need to do for success, which is what I'm doing. So I have lots of failures. So when I make comments, do this, do that, Norma says, Jay, they think you hate them. That's not my intent. My intent is to give you an idea. I can't do it to myself because I already know what I think. So if somebody else says something obvious to me, I say to myself, he's right. No, sometimes you can make the same mistake twice, but you don't want to keep making the same mistakes over and over. If you have a long video, the first 30 seconds needs to pop. So you don't want to start off with 10 seconds of looking at, okay, we're coming into the restaurant and you're looking at the floor. And it's like, where are the people? Where's the food? You don't want that. Clip that out and start with the table. I'll get my camera ready and I'll get it on because we have a holder for the table. And I'll say, okay, we're not going to start yet because the food's not here. One time we were live and I went, okay, so it's J, Mike, and Norma live here, guys. The food is not quite ready, but here's the mall, and we look around. That's cool. So you can do different things like that. This is the food court, so there's more than one restaurant. We already ordered from this one, so we'll show that, and then we'll say, here are the restaurants that are next door to it. We decided to eat here. Here are the other restaurants, and here's what the place looks like. So, but not too quick. If you move the camera, even a good camera, if you move it too quick, you can't see anything. And you certainly don't want to, you don't want to do that, because if your camera doesn't have a good stabilizer, that's going to be a disaster. So, bless you. My wife's sneezing. So, I don't know what she's doing. we're approaching 1 hour. There we are at the 60-minute mark right now. So it's Friday morning here. I don't know how long we're gonna go, obviously. And I didn't look at any other news. But getting back to the food on the table, you want to be above eye level or above. You want to see some faces, but you also want to see a little bit of the food on the table, especially in the beginning of the eating. If the camera's gonna be still, I mean, you can move it a little bit during the live stream, but you pretty much want to see the faces and a little bit of the table. But not just the faces, and then at the end you did the right thing, so you want to be careful with that. It's hard to figure that out. But I would say the first 30 seconds are most important. Maybe even show that you could take that highlight and put it at the beginning, like what you had at the end that you did right. You can put that in the first, anywhere between 20 and 30 seconds, and then say, this is what it looked like when everything was going good, and then let's show you how this all got started, and you can do it that way. And then clip it out as an edit, leave it in there, but copy it out, and then put it at the beginning, and then lead back to it, and maybe have a few minutes in between, and then get back to it, because it's a highlight, right? But not too quick. You want maybe have it at the end. So there's a lot of big channels, and they make it all about their intro. You gotta be a big channel to do that. You can't just. I see small channels with intros and all that, and it's like it's useless because nobody cares about that. It's hard to keep watching somebody when their intro's the same. It's like, I don't want to watch this. I've seen it 50 times. But if you're a big channel, they want to see it. They want to see video first, and then you can get to that, especially if you have sponsors. But they want to see some video first. Before this video starts, I gotta prop up my sponsor. There's got to be some video. So make sure you do that, guys. You have no idea how many. I'm gonna check something here, guys, if I can. I don't know if it's gonna let me. Because things change. Let's see. Oh, wow. I did not know that. Yeah, not as good as last time, but not great. I don't know how we're gonna prop it up now. I don't know if it's Friday morning here is good or bad for YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for coming in, guys. Current 11. But it's it just said 18. Anyway, thank you for coming in. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. I just hit a lull. I did not eat yet, so I'm like famished. It sounds like the person that loves me is preparing something. Unless she's making her own tea and coffee. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to talk about when I went to bed last night. I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. I just wake up and like, okay, how do I feel? This is what I'll do. Whether I don't know if it's a good thing or not. I don't know. Let's go back to the live stream here. All I know is we're in hour number 2. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. I can't give you anything. I'm gonna keep it live here, though. I gotta take that off. I hate taking that off, but I will. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. It won't be very long. It's a hot lemon. Well, how am I going to drink it if it's hot? All right. We're not back yet. I need like 1 more minute. Guys. I'll be right back, guys. Too much food. I said to my wife, not too much food, honey, because it's hard to eat all that while I'm talking. So, how does that sound? Does that sound the same? Because I may not have put that on the same. Let's check that. Does it sound the same? Because I may not have put that on the same. I can't see the block on black. That's the problem. Okay, it should be okay. All right. Let me check one more thing. The thumbs up hasn't changed, guys. What's going on? Am I giving you a bad show? Or I'm not a pretty girl? I always tell Norma, it's not how pretty the girl is. Men just want to watch women. It doesn't matter. If it's a woman, they'll watch. Not so much fake women, though. I don't understand why McDonald's is running that ad with the 2 fake women. I don't get it. It's bad news. They're not pretty. That's really the problem. There's so many pretty women, and McDonald's continues to show fake men. Look at, I don't know if I can do this, hon, but there it is. It's the egg souffle. That's what it is, guys. There it is. Let me move it a little bit. Egg souffle. This is egg, broccoli, tomato, and cheese. 4 ingredients. The main ingredient is egg. I told you, Norma, I don't have room here to eat. Oh, I know what I can do. I can move that other cup. That's water, though. I need to keep my water. I'm an old man, everybody. I'm very old. I'm almost 100. I've been saying that since I was, how old? I don't remember when I first started saying that. But I may have been in my 20s. But I could have been in my 30s, early 30s, but I don't, it's hard to remember. Because I've always been, it seems like I've always said it. It started off as a joke. I'm almost 100. And I would joke about that. It's like, ah ha ha ha. And I still say it. I'm closer to 100 than, let's see, where am I? No, it's not that bad. Oh, okay, so I'm kind of not thinking out loud, so I'm closer to 100 than 30. I know, that's for sure. I think. Yeah. I'm closer to 100 than 30. Boy, I wish I was half my age. But then I would be back at a crummy job. I always thought I had a good job and I didn't want to lose it. But if I had it to live over again, I wouldn't do that. Everything would change. Then I wouldn't have this. You never know. if it were. I think you can choose to live your life over as a living soul in heaven, but you need the grace of God to get there. You can't earn that. You have to know God and pray that God saves you. I have two rhetorical questions. Why don't people realize that? And because they don't realize that, why do they hate it when you say it? They actually hate you with a passion. A passion. Total hatred to the point where they want to kill you. There are several people, and I know when it stopped, they don't come on my live stream anymore. It's not because I kicked them off. It's because I said a prayer out loud for them in public, and it's the last time I ever saw them. And there's other people that don't come back, and I believe the only reason that can be possible is because they don't like the truth. Or they don't want to hear it. I'm not here for any drama. Then why are you here? You're not here for drama, but you're here. I'm here to support J. Mike, but I don't want any drama. It's my show. Why do I have other people saying I'm not here for drama? If you come up on a panel and you're not the host, why are you telling other people to come up? Or that you didn't come up here for drama? You know, stuff like that. Well, you're around the drama. That's why you're getting drama. Because you're around it. Hey guys, come to my party. Okay, this is going to be great. And then we get drama. My mistake, I served alcohol. But you're not underage teenagers. That's the stuff teenagers do. If you're in your 50s, and you come here and you say, well, I'm in the Philippines because my next leg of this travel is to be quiet. She's listening. No, this is not just one person. This is a whole stream of people that were like coming up on my panel, my live stream, or the same live stream as me. And now we don't see them anymore. I didn't tell them that they're not invited. I didn't tell them that they did anything wrong. But if you tell me you're here to meet your fiance, that's fantastic. But you stopped here first because this is where you landed and you have the opportunity, so you're here. And then you're going to travel on and meet your fiance. That's a great plan. And then you're going to sexually attack somebody else. You didn't even know her name. And then the problem is, you can't apologize for that, but you went to other people and told them it was a lie. So that tells me that the people on my panel were not my friends. I don't want any drama. You're already a part of it. You're already a part of the drama. It's called being a grown-up. We serve wine and other liquor and beer, wine, and liquor at birthday parties here. This is the Philippines. They do it in America too. I'm sure the Canadians do the same thing. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian too. That's a lie. That's a lie in any country. You go to Dubai and do that, and they'll cut two things off. They'll cut your Johnson off, and then they'll cut your head off. That's a wonderful omelet, Norma. Honey, knots it up. See how hot that is. Pressy Manzanato, thank you for hanging out. Thank you so much. Let's see who I'm going to pull up Nightbot. Where is Nightbot? There's Nightbot. The top chatter is not Pressy. It is Sean Williams. Sean Williams is the top chatter. Sean, thank you for chatting. Thank you so much. Oh, let's see. Where else was I? So it never stops. All those people tell me, well, Filipinos don't like drama. But that's the farthest thing from the truth. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. No, I'm not going to punish you. If you lie to me, I'm not going to punish you. I'm just asking that you don't do that. There was another person. I didn't want to piss him off because he said the right things to me. But then I found out he went on a different live stream and said the opposite. So he's gone. Not because I told him not to come back. It's that I guess he's smart enough to realize I don't always say the worst things, even if it's time to do that. I'll let people shoot themselves in the foot. A lot of the people that came up on these panels were two-faced, which explains why their camera's always off. There's things they don't understand. Especially you single men that are hitting 50 and you're not sure what to do next. And you're loners and you're wondering what to do, so you visit the Philippines and you think, oh, there's a dating scene. The only way to date really in the Philippines, and that could be a little bit off here, you gotta go pretty much into the city and go to a bar where if you don't play your cards right, you could end up dead. Or just never get anywhere. Yeah, it's still hot, honey. It's hard to drink it. Now, I don't have too much to say about the bar scene here. And there's a couple of obvious reasons. I was a DJ back in the USA. So I had a bar. But I was the guy that couldn't sit at the bar and drink. I'm working. It was a lot of fun. But I'm not with the locals. I got to know a few of them, but when the lights come on and it's time to go home and everyone stops drinking and they leave and I'm still there, and then everyone's gone except the employees. So when that happens, you know they're not your friends. But if you're 50, 60 years old still doing that, that's a problem. It's like, when are you going to stop doing that? Oh, Jay, it's my right. I'm living the life. The life of what? You have people that a lot of people are here, like, the word is expat, right? But they want to call themselves sexpats because they want to have sex. It's like they dreamed of it all their life, and now they're going to make it a reality. A reality. Who are you going to find in some of these bars? And there's only a few of them. There's more than one, but I mean, all the old parts of the city have bars. The smaller the bar, the more you're in trouble. You're going to make friends with the Filipino men. Like, Norma has a large family here. That's the thing the men don't understand. Filipinos have large families. They're family oriented. There's no divorce. Once you marry somebody, you're married. So either you're dating somebody that was married and broken up, or they're telling you they've broken up. Maybe not. No, there's a lot of nice people here that won't do that. But there are some that will, and you don't know who they are. So we're not going to talk about that, the money aspect. Most foreigners have a little bit of money, and it seems like a lot of money to Filipinos, but most people will run out of money if they don't handle it the right way, no matter how much you got. Because if you have $30 million, you probably won't come here to live. I don't know anyone doing that. But sexpats, they're going to have a girlfriend, and then they're going to dump her and get another girlfriend. And then they're going to dump her and get another girlfriend. Then they're going to dump her and get another girlfriend. And then they have nothing good to say about the old ones. Nothing. All a woman wants is security. It's expensive to live there. Well, you have expenses, and if you're trying to get your permanent visa, it's going to cost you some money. If you have to leave every 3 years, it's going to cost you some money. So there's an expense involved. Before I ever came here, I budgeted that into my plus the 5% increase in inflation. Little did I know there was going to be like a 30% inflation. That seems to have leveled off now, so I'm lucky. Plus there's a good exchange rate. So some things did go my way. We've been able to manage it and still live a good life here. So You know, we like to have wine on hand, so wine costs more than the other liquors. Liquor and beer are cheap here, but you got to pay for the wine because it's imported. So that is true. So, but I'm not here to make everyone else think I'm rich, because what happens is when I go down to the main avenue, there's always somebody putting their hand out. That is also true. Now, if I reach in and pull a bill out, I'm not going to say I can't give it to them. I'm going to give it to them. So I made that mistake yesterday. Shh, don't tell Norma. There were some boys asking for donations to their baseball team. I thought, you guys play baseball? Here, and I thought I had small bills in my pocket, but it was 100, so I gave them 100. Which is, it's a couple of bucks, but that does add up. So if you keep doing that, it's gonna add up, because there's a lot of expenses you don't, because when we're here, I'm the go-to guy for all the little expenses. It's like, we need this, we need that, and they're always asking me for money, so money's going out. So I gotta be careful, because money is limited. There's money, but it's limited. Norma said, Jay, we can't spend money. This was last month. She goes, we can't spend money. We got to get that visa, because we never know how much money they're going to want. Because it's not just the visa fee. There's procurement fees and document fees and lawyer fees and fee, online fee. Oh, rush fee. There were like 4 rush fees. I said, I didn't ask them to rush anything. It's automatic. So, you know, that's a funny, I want to pull that out because it's funny. So I'm going to try to make it funny. My passport! Where did my passport go? It's gone. All right, here's my passport. There's so many of these. There's like 50 of them. So you don't know how many there are going to be. This is the old one. No, this is the, this is not the final one, but application fee, implementation fee, passport visa fee, legal research fee. That was actually the cheapest one. Amendment fee, certificate fee, form fee, immigrant certificate of residence. That was a big one. Immigrant certificate of residence. I didn't even know they gave me that. And then there's the ACRI card fee, which comes every year. That was expensive. How come that was more expensive this time? That was like half that was like double. So that's also, you don't know when a fee's going to be more. And then that's not it. So there's a total there. But then when you go on the other page, there's express lane fee certification, express lane fee filing, express lane fee implementation again, and express lane fee iCard processing. None of that was express. It wasn't ready. Which is like, okay, Pesa, I'm paying express lane fees, but they didn't express anything. Well, we express our apologies. It's so funny. I guess I don't have to look at the other one. It'll be like the same. Oh, you know what? It won't do me any good if they double charge me anything, but I just want to see. I just want to see. Oh, that's just a copy. Yeah, that's just a copy. I don't know one phone from the other, which one I really need though, so I save them all. Never throw away any receipts related to this kind of travel. Anything related to these Bureau of Immigration receipts, don't throw them away. That's what I'm told. It's expensive. Yeah, those are the things that make it expensive to live here. And we did the same thing last year because it was all probationary. So now the difference is I don't have to fly out. We're going to want to fly out, but I don't have to fly out to come back and start over. So if I fly out, I'm going to come back and I'm going to have my permanent visa. So that's the name of that tune. I hope. I don't actually know how that works. So now there's like damning evidence that John F. Kennedy was killed by the CIA, or that the CIA did the cover-up, which pretty much means they wanted him dead to get rid of him because he was an honest man. There's no place in government for honest people. They want Trump dead, but you can't, it's not just about making it happen, you also have to cover it up. So what they do is they put misdirections in a line of succession so that nobody can follow anything. It's like, he did this, he did that, all these things are happening, and then next thing you know, it's 60 years later. The Warren Commission and Lyndon B. Johnson were liars. Liars. It's astonishing now how they think Trump's the liar and that Joe Biden's the wonderful guy. Joe Biden's not committing all these crimes. He can't leave his house. He stumbles everywhere. I don't even know why they let him ride a bike. It's like, why? Well, he needs the exercise. Let him walk around in circles in his backyard. He doesn't have to ride a bike in public. There's a little bit of I don't want to call it evidence, but there's a little bit of something that someone came out with that suggests that Barack Obama's still running the country. I mean, for whatever that means. Joe Biden didn't serve my breakfast, but he's running the country. I mean, officially. So, now they've been saying that for a long time. But it's really a group of people, you know. Larry Fink tells companies how to run their business, which is pretty much running the country. Tells all companies that they invest in, if you're selling public stock and they start buying it, they're going to tell you what to do. And then they're involved in this. They're involved in this. Oh, it's okay to change your sex. You won't have any more children. They want the population to go down. America's empty. I don't know why they're saying that. You know, if you go outside the cities, it's empty. They want you in cities where they can keep an eye on you and control you. That's all very real. So why? Why are we letting this happen? People are like, oh, it's a convenience. I like it. Nobody dreams anymore. They're just satisfied being home, staring at their phone. You're already sucked in. You're on your phone. You have everything at your fingertips and your direct eyesight. You don't need anything else. You don't even need a real relationship. Hey, when the female bot comes out, it'll be improved, and then I'll be a happy man. Yeah, your wife won't be able to straighten you out. You'll be very happy. You might as well be dead now. I mean, these people are living a dead life. I'm 66. I'm not going to join the NFL anytime soon. You know? Speaking of the NFL, oh, Marshmallow Pit is still here. So I gotta bust through that ad. I thought I accidentally shut his channel, but it's right there. Okay, so at the very beginning they show, oh, they're showing the end. It's not the very, oh, that's not the very beginning. This is the end. Okay, so at the end, they're showing the food already eaten. So you should have shown it like at the beginning, but I don't think he did that. Yeah. Yeah, he showed everyone at the table, made it about them. But the video says, Dito tayo sa mang inasal sa anonas kakain ng tanghalian. So the video is about being at Mang Inasal at lunchtime. So, and we are here at Mang Inasal sa anonas food at lunchtime. So it's not a bad video, but it's long, which that could be clipped to make it shorter and still have everything in there. The beginning, let's see how many. You go, and it's shaky too, but all right. That's 7 seconds of looking down, and you're still not stopped at the table. Now you're up on the table, but they're already in process eating. It doesn't look like they're happy to see you. They're not smiling. Okay, so you do see the table at first. They're in the process of eating and, you know, putting their food in their mouth. So I don't know if you were late or if you just got up and then started over again, but you don't need to have your camera facing the floor. That doesn't work, especially on a pre-recorded video. I'll give you a thumbs up. It's not the worst video I've seen, but just those little things make your video much better, and then you'll notice an improvement. The rest is up to YouTube. If YouTube wants you out there, they'll put you out there. They might like you, I don't know. But I would have focused more on the table. Yes, the faces, but not just the faces. The angle of your camera can change all that. So your camera should have been higher, and then seeing faces, but also seeing the plates. No, you don't need to see every plate and every person, just, you know, whatever you decide. Those things are debatable, but probably not have the whole 13.5 minutes. I would have that under 8 or 10 minutes, and still not have anything missing. You still have it all in there. So that's what I would have done. Dito tayo. The big news, all the coaching changes in the NFL, that's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, I was shocked to see Pete Carroll fired. I did not expect that. They almost made the playoffs. Hold on, let me see something here. NFL standing. What am I going to look at here? These are videos. All right. What? That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. Not going to do it. Let's go here. This should do it. All right. Oops. Always starts with the AFC East. NFC West. I guess the Seahawks missed the playoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess the Packers made it. So Wait, there's 7 teams in, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's the 7th team? Is it the Vikings? It's got to be the Vikings. Let's check this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Why is it taking so long to load up? It's spinning. Not supposed to happen to me. Top chatter with Sean Williams. Abdul Ismail, hi, hello. Greetings, Lee Sung Soon's here also. Good to see you, Abdul. Thank you for, I still have that cough. Abelardo Pena. What? Carvager Sildenafil Clalis Alprosdantil alcohol. What does that mean? Black Power. Abelardo Pena, good to see you. Thank you for stepping in. Thank you so much. Good to see you. So, all right, here we go. Where's the playoff picture? I hate when there's too many graphics. You can't pull it up quick enough. All right. In the NFC. All right, so let's go first. 49ers, Cowboys, Lions, Buccaneers, Eagles, Rams, Packers. Oh, we know the Buccaneers are in. Okay, so the Seahawks, they missed the playoffs, so most of the teams that didn't make the playoffs fired their coaches. So you got to make the playoffs, guys. Making one playoff game, I guess that's a big ticket, a big payday for the teams, I guess. Plus you get some prestige, I guess. I'd have to be an owner. I don't know what kind of bonuses they get, but I mean, there's selling tickets at the game. That's one thing, and then you get the concessions. You know, bragging rights, all that stuff. Merchandise will sell too. I'm sure they're looking for Patriots gear this year. Now you don't have a Belichick shirt, but I don't know what they're selling that. I'm glad I don't have a cell. Cell phone, yeah. I bought, you know, maybe a mistake, but I bought the iPhone 14 recently, back in June. And I don't know if I paid too much. It's one of those things that you feel it like 3 months later. It's like, why can't I catch up to my budget? Because I'm not looking at money on hand. I'm looking at what my budget looks like. Because I'm a controller, so I'm saying to myself, why can't I keep up with that? And then it dawned on me, I bought the iPhone 14 in June, and that's July, August, September is when I started having problems. I had cash, but I didn't have, it just didn't add up. And I'm like, is the bank double charging me? I would have checked my bank account. And then that's when I realized it. Because there were rumors that the banks will take from you, but I don't think they're taking from not from everybody. If you have a good amount of money, they might figure out what they do to the little person is they whack you with fees. That's how they get you. They're holding my money every month. There's always money, but if a certain account goes below X amount of dollars, I went like a couple of dollars below. I was way up, but I needed to use money. And I thought I'll move some money here, and then I accidentally didn't realize that was too low. I thought it was still high enough. I thought the threshold was $1,500 and it was $2,500. So just a stupid, then they charge me. So that's what they do, and they don't warn you. It's like, if you make this withdrawal, you will pay a fee. There's none of that. They just wait, and then there's a fee. So I hate that, because there's still money from me floating around in their hands that I don't get paid for. I don't receive interest for letting them always have my money. Because what happens is they need to float money. That's the problem. Banks are floating money to make money, and we don't see that. Most people don't understand that at all. I even have a hard time wrapping my head around that. But it's like borrowing. If I borrow this money, I can't make a payout to you. That is theoretically speaking, but they hold you to it, and that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They do that by design. Check out the Rileys. Bank took all my money, now I'm broke. Bam, the party can start, I'm here. All right. Different format, I'm on the YouTube format, so there's no posting any chats and no co-hosts or anything like that. I was saying to myself, we don't have the 10 people up here anymore. It's hard to even have 7. I don't know why I thought I need 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. It's like, all they do is make noise. There's always that one person that's new, and then they've got all the feedback, and it's like, or you can't hear them. And then there's always that person that's making childish noises or whatever it is, or they've got some kind of a noise on their back, or they've got 2 tabs open that have the sound on, and so you're getting that echo. There's always all that going on at once. It's just chaos, and it gets old. So I thought, I don't need that. I'll get rid of StreamYard. Now I can still use StreamYard. I just won't have more than 6. When was the last time I had more than 6 on my? You don't want more than 6 on your panel. You don't want 10. That was like that gets old. Because even with 6, you always get somebody that's got audio difficulties, whether it's feedback or noise or echo, or two tabs open or something. Mike Whitcomb's here. Awesome, Mike. Good to see you. Riley, were you live? You and Mercy were live, and then now it's over. I don't know. Sometimes I check. I don't always. Not always. I wasn't in the mood for that this morning. I'm the one overtaking everyone. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while. This new format, I don't know if it's going to happen in the second hour. We're still just beginning the second hour. We're just into the second hour, so 10 on panel is pure chaos. Even if you have a full 6-man panel, that can be a problem too. If you're bringing up new people or relatively new people, they get audio difficulties, or they've got echo, or they've got feedback, or they've got kids or just a bad connection. It's like, don't need that. Wasn't me. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thank you. Yeah, the number just jumped. It went from 11 to 16. All right, cool. Very cool. I was talking about, we covered a couple of different topics. The coaching, the big names in coaching in the NFL, the American football that have been fired they all get fired. None of them quit. Belichick did not want to quit. So I think the deal was, we won't trade you for a draft pick if you don't charge us for that last year on your contract. I think that's what they did. Because Kraft was hugging Belichick. I did not expect that. It looked like Belichick didn't want to hug him because he wanted to stay, but there's no results for 4 years. Now, the things they tried didn't work. And I was watching Rich Eisen. And for the longest time I didn't like Rich Eisen. I just stayed away because he was connected with ESPN and I don't like them. But then he said, I don't want to hear anyone say it was all Brady. Because it ain't. I mean, even I knew that in the beginning. For the first 5 years, even 6 years, it's like, he's just a system quarterback. He's not that good. He's just in a good system. So they all knew it was Belichick. But then he became good, and then he took it with him, obviously, in the end. But he didn't have much longer. He went to a plug-and-play team. He didn't bring them out of nowhere. He brought Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski with him, also from New England. And I know the Patriots cut Antonio Brown because they couldn't have, politically they couldn't have him playing in Boston because, certain types of people can't succeed in Boston. But that would be hypocritical of Boston because they vote left, which is where all your problems are coming from. I always said that to people and they didn't like me. It's like, the truth is not in you. That's what, you just keep telling them the truth, and you don't even have to get mad at them. The truth isn't in you, but I'll pray for you. You want to get rid of people? Tell them you'll pray for them. Ask them if it's okay. They'll say yeah, and then you pray for them, and then you don't see them again because they hate you. They hate you. And I've done that several times to people on my channel, and I don't see them anymore, and I'm glad. If you want to come back and crap on me, that's fine too. Because that's what some of you did. Darren went off and, on several live streams saying that none of it's true. And I'm like, and even an associate of his or an acquaintance said, Jay, you have no reason to lie. I believe you. Right? And then he went on another live stream and said, Jay, Mike's full of crap. The truth is not in you. You know who you are. If you're watching, the truth is not in you. It doesn't mean you don't know anything. It just means there's one truth, and that's not in you. You told me to my face it ain't that's not in you, and I prayed for you that you will see it before you die. I still have that cough. I'm drinking some hot lemon tea here, but it got cold. Tastes good. Let's see, the Daniel channel's here. Good to see you, Daniel. Awesome. No giveaways today, but there's always the next live stream. If I'm gonna do the wheel or anything like that, I will go back on StreamYard for that. And thanks for watching, guys. If you're enjoying the show, smash that thumbs up button. Give me a thumbs up, guys. I know a lot of people don't and won't do that. I go to some live streams, Riley's, and you're one of them. There's 20 or 30 people watching, and then there's like 7 thumbs up. It's like, what's up with why can't these guys give you a thumbs up? The only thing I can tell myself is that they're your friends while they're watching you, but then they'll turn around and go offline and then tell their wife or their girlfriend or their buddy, I can't stand that guy. But when they're live, they're watching. When you're live, they're watching because they want to hear something. And I don't know how many vloggers there are in the Philippines that are doing that. Doing their own live streams, telling you how to get chicks, which is the most preposterous thing on earth. How to get chicks. The guys that are telling you how to date and how to get chicks, they're the biggest losers. Now, I know the sponsors are looking for people that are doing live stream. They did it to me too. Filipino Cupid or one of those came to me and said, "We love your channel. We want you. Let us know if you want us to be your sponsor or one of your sponsors." I didn't reply to that because I didn't want to have to answer to that. I mean, I'm not doing anything vulgar, but I didn't want to have to deal with it. But they're just looking to have more eyeballs, looking to know that they're clicking. I'm going to go to, I don't know, there's a bunch of people in the Philippines, or there's Filipino culture, or whatever they are. You really don't know much. How to survive on $800 a month in the Philippines. You pretty much have to be a squatter. If you're living on $800 a month, you're a squatter. Now, you got to realize, squatters have families. They speak the Filipino languages, and they can find ways that you can't find to get what they need. It's the reason rice is a starch. Starches are addictive foods for whatever reason. Your body thinks it's sugar and that makes you feel good. Opinions on Christians. I guess you took that away yourself. So, yeah, feel free to give me an opinion. I'm not going to get rid of you for saying one thing unless you spam me, and then I might say, okay, enough is enough. I can handle it. I get my big boy pants on today. If you agree with Christianity, we can have long talks, but it doesn't mean we agree on everything. If you disagree with... Hold on, I can't read the bottom line. Opinion on Jewish people that doesn't make sense. Opinion on Jewish people that are Christians. Oh, you're a Christian Jew? So you're born a Jew, but now you're a Christian. Well, I try to be a good Christian, but everything I learn about Christianity comes from the Jewish Torah. So, hello, Mike Whitcomb. Mike's here. Awesome. Good to see you, Mike. You have Jewish blood, but you're a Christian. That's the thing. Christians are praying, an honest Christian is praying that Jews are saved by Jesus Christ. That's what we're praying for. Because everything in the Bible comes from the Jews. Jesus was a Jew. Well, born a Jew, I should say, in Jerusalem, in Israel, I'm sorry. So everything about in the Bible starts with the Jews. It's going to start and end in Israel, guys. The end is in Jerusalem. That is true. Everything about the Bible is coming. All the prophecies are being found to be becoming or already become true. There are ties in old parts of the Bible, old verses are tying in with newer verses. The newest verses are 2,000 years old, and they're all... Why does Revelation describe today's society? Why? Why does Revelation, almost exactly to a T, it's describing today's people, or all around the world? The more I read it, the more it rings true. And it tells us pretty much how it's all going to end. And I believe that everything is set up for that to be true. The liberals, you gotta realize there's two kinds of people. Either you believe in the truth or you do not. The unforgivable sin blaspheme the Holy Spirit till the end. So if you die blaspheming the Holy Spirit, that's the unforgivable sin. You will go to hell for that. People think, I don't care, I'll be dead. You'll be more alive just before you hit that circle of fire. The fire and brimstone. Imagine staying alive while you burn. That's what it's going to be like. So you'll feel the heat. Or, no, Jesus also said that it's nothing but darkness, grinding of teeth, and weeping. Now, you can weep yourself out of existence, but it'll be a long time. It'll be a long time. I don't know why people... Oh, sometimes people will fight with me. I can't have a panel today because I'm on the YouTube side, but to those people, if we're not getting anywhere, I will say, where do you think you came from? Do you think an accidental explosion 1 billion years ago finally settled down and became you? How do you know when your thigh is itchy or your knee? Or you know, oh, I got an itch right there. How does life create itself and then, oh, I'm itchy here. Oh, you know, I get itchy skin, but I know exactly where the itch is. Oh, it's okay now. Or your emotion. How do you create emotions? Or anything, or taste? How do your eyes work? The air is like, we can't understand that. We don't understand the air. We think we do. You certainly can't recreate it. Why does everything have eyes, ears, nose, and mouth, and reproductive organs? I don't think it was all metaphorical at all. The more I need help studying the Bible, and that's what I do. I go and I get it. I look for it. So the more I study one chapter or one verse or one page, the more I begin to understand it. The more you know about the world, the more you realize that everything can be understood. God himself said, rely not on your own understanding, but trust me. Right, Captain Billy Jack? Billy's here, everything's okay. Billy, I accidentally, because I was looking at my most watched videos, and I thought, I got a live stream here from last year with 509 views. Let me check this out for a few minutes, right? And you were there, and you were having it out with Cher Pencil, and she was like ape shit over nothing. She just went ape. I don't want any drama, but you're here. The other thing I don't like, I let them do it for a short while, is when I'm the host, I get co-hosts up, and I don't have YouTube. I mean, I'm on YouTube, so it's not StreamYard today, so no panel today. But I have people on my panel, and I'll do another panel soon, but not today. And they say, I didn't come here for drama, but I was at J. Mike's house, and I met Darren Dobson. I just want you to know what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, so that doesn't make him innocent. As a matter of fact, that video is still there. It's a 9-hour video, something like that, 8.5 hours. We did a video almost a year earlier. That was 9.5 hours. So there were similar videos, but there's a time near the end, it's not the end, but it's near the end, where the three girls, Celeste, Cher, and Bless, the three people that say they didn't see anything, they were right here at my YouTube station, and the three girls were singing. Now, Darren was there with them, but when he disappeared, that's when it happened. I had a live cam in the garage, but it was low bat. I had to unplug it because the wire couldn't reach. I needed, because it has a special, back then it was I think it was the iPhone XR. It had a special wire in it. It wouldn't reach the, it wasn't just the plug. It wasn't I forget how to describe that. But anyway, I unplugged it. I figured, you know what, it was on long enough that it's good enough. And then he did it. He's here to see a fiance in Cebu, which, and he said, I'm going to Cebu in a couple of days. I'll see my fiance. And then he decided to do something inappropriate with somebody. And then he sent me an apology video, which I still have not made public. I didn't ask for it, but he sent it anyway. That proves he's guilty. And then he went on all the live streams saying, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. J Mike's a liar. They were all, and then some of the guys that were there on panels were saying, why would J Mike lie? I believe you, J Mike. And then turn around and say, yeah, I agree, J Mike's a liar. So it's like all those people that were on my panels were all doing that. Which just tells me the truth is not in you. The truth just ain't in you, and I can't let it go. There's a stinking reason I won't let it go. You know, someone like you, they say, oh, you know, Billy Jack's this, Billy Jack's that. But you know what? You're not a liar. Every time someone mentions it, Billy Jack goes, yeah, I'm an ex-con. I ain't hiding it. The human body was not it can't be formed out of accident. I think they call it the second property of thermodynamics, is everything breaks down or decomposes. It doesn't evolve up. There's no upward evolvement. All things evolve down. Like, we are not better than Adam and Eve. We have at our fingertips faster information coming to us, but most people can't discern what's going on because they don't know what to deflect out and what to absorb. They don't know the truth, so they can't follow it. Especially younger people, they can follow their need for sex. If you're over 50 and you're looking to be a sexpat, like you want to go to the bar and pick and choose different women and then dump one and get another, you're crazy. Yeah, I can't show any chats. Well, you guys can see the chat, but Philip Parsons, yeah, we know all that. McCoy, thank you for stopping in. Hold on. I don't know why I'm still giving jackets, but I believe it. I saw it for my own eyes, Billy. It was right in front of me. First I thought he was squeezing her tight, and I thought, oh, this is kind of weird because she's grabbing me and slapping my arm. I was like that close. And then finally she grabbed my arm, and I thought she was like being a little silly. And I thought, she just wants to dance. And then she finally pulled herself away after like 1 or 2 minutes. She told me later what happened. She didn't tell me right away. She goes, why didn't you help me? And I went, I don't know what he was doing. But I saw it. He was squeezing her ass and pulling her against him and pressing his you-know-what against her girlhood. What's not to believe? I've got the apology video, and he got her name wrong. He didn't know if she was Jennifer or Jay. There were 2 girls here, Jennifer and Jay. He didn't know which one she was. Which means he had no right to touch her. But he thought, well, I'm a sexpat, so I can just touch a bunch of girls. There was no guy with her. I never told him she was married. He never proved. Well, see, Billy, first of all, you can't do a charity on YouTube. You got to have 100,000 subscribers. You have to have the gray check mark, right? And then you have to tell them. You have to go through the charity process to say, I'm going to do a charity. He didn't know that. You can't just do a grand live stream and say, okay, this is charity. They let you get away with it, but you're not supposed to do that. I believe it was several. What he did was he showed up and gave money to somebody. That's not how charity works. You're supposed to have the recipients there to see the money being turned over. That's what a charity is. No sense in doxing me. I'll do it for you. I'm the same way. I don't care. People say, oh, you got to keep your house a secret, Jay. I'm proud of this place. This place is awesome. Right, if we move the... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the wrong camera. I get two cameras going on here. Well, that one's turned off. But you get the JAY there. This place is awesome. I gotta be in the center, so I could move my chair, but that's fine. It's still there. The JAY, that's 2 years old now. That's been there 2 years. Norma put that there, and I'll let Norma take it down. So, but at the time, we did not know how many fiancés can one person have. The reason it was a secret is because he didn't want each fiancé to know that he had somebody else being his fiancé. So he kept saying, I'm talking to my fiancé. Because they all thought they were the fiancé. I could spit out 5 names in a heartbeat right now. Because they were starting to text us. The pictures of his junk are, that's not a lie either, because I saw them. Someone said, well, that could be fake. But it's still there. Well, that would imply that somebody else made the fakes and sent it to the girls. No, he did because they told me he did. If 5 women are saying, he sent me that picture, it wasn't J. Mike sent me a picture of Darren Dobson. But then they're on other live streams saying, oh, it's all a lie, it's not true. That's so easy to do that. Mike Whitcomb, what else do you know about DD? He showed us 2 receipts. One was a small one. I don't know why he did a small one. But then he showed me another one, which was larger. But I know for a fact he received more charity money than that. It might have been $700. But that's not even my problem. The charity money, that's not a real charity. He said that he gave it to somebody. I don't know if that's true. He said that he went there and gave it to somebody. I don't even know if that guy even met him. DD is Darren Dobson. This house was built in 1989. We've had to do minor repairs. There's no heating system or hot water system here. So we don't have to worry about updating or fixing any of that. Each shower, there's 3 showers here, 2 upstairs and 1 downstairs. They all have separate heating units built on the wall connected to the incoming water. There's 1 water faucet, it's water. It's not cold. In America, especially in the northern, like Chicago, you get cold water, and if you run that for a few minutes to run past what's been warming up just from the air in the house, and you get deep into the water, in most of the year that's very, very, very cold. It can be like, no, not in my shower, that's not going to happen. But then you have hot water that can be very scalding hot. It's usually about 120, 119, right? So here you don't have that, but it's just 1 water. It's just the pipe water. Sometimes that's very warm. But it's never scalding. It's just, sometimes it's so warm outside that can feel like you have hot water. It's like, we don't have hot water, why is this so warm? If you keep running it, it'll cool off a little bit. It can get cool, but it's not like chilly cold water, never. So we have a little box. They're about 100 and all added up, the parts and the installation and all that's about $150. But we have 2 new ones, so they get your water nice and hot. Because you don't want to burn yourself. We keep them about halfway. But sometimes if the water's warm outside, we even have to turn it less than that. So they work good. Yeah, it's kind of like, why are you doing that? You know, if your name was, you know, I can't remember those porn stars from the 70s. They ended up doing ads for the pill to, you know, to help men with ED and stuff like that, which you don't need. If you live your life right, you don't need any pills for ED and or anything like that. You don't need that stuff. I took an aspirin finally the other day because I have a neck ache and a cold. Yeah, she couldn't get over it. That's how badly he burned her. They didn't hold my hand, so they weren't my girlfriend. If you talk more than once with a Filipina, she's your girlfriend. That he didn't understand. I told him that in the live streams. We streamed every 6 days a week for a year. And he wasn't listening. He's sitting back talking to somebody or doing whatever. I'm here to help all. I'm here. Who's here to help all? I'm here to help all. You know, Darren Dobson drives, and then Darren Dobson travels, and then Darren Dobson doodles. It's like, we are supposed to get between 8 to 19 inches of snow tomorrow. I got the plow and snow driver ready to go. Good luck to you. It sucks to be in Chicago right now, or usually get that snow in New England. They probably already have tons of snow. They don't even, the only time they talk about it is if it's going to be, they have the Irish in them, so they call it a doozy, which is kind of like an Irish word, Irish English, which means if it ain't more than 12 inches, they're not even really going to mention it. K-Music officials here, awesome. Rapid Felispo, where are you from? Hello, hello, keep typing, I can't see the last chat. I'm from New England, but I'm living in the Philippines permanently. I've got the, Billy, did I tell you I got the permanent, the probationary is over, which is 1 year. So now I got the permanent, so that it's all over. I can travel and come back. Bye, honey, I'll be waiting. I'll be right here. 18 million people in the house. The number just jumped, awesome. 20 million, it's jumping. They're coming on in. Thank you guys. Welcome for coming in. And all I ask is that you hit that like button, guys. Thank you. It's the thumb. Just thumb it, guys. I am from, so I think I answered you. I'm living in Rizal on the large island of Luzon outside the metro. But the main street, East Manila Road, is very busy. I got to go out there today. I'm not going to be able to get the morning traffic. It'll have to be afternoon. I need to get some. If you guys have noticed, if you've scanned my channel at all, it's over 3 million views. It's mostly Jeepney shorts, some other videos too. But averaging, I'm posting 6 videos a day, and what's her name? Coco is here, guys. There she is. Hey, Coco. She's not too talkative right now. That's a good thing. That means she's not in heat. Go down. I'm busy. She's a cuddle bug. Oh yeah, you were watching. How do you remember who was watching? That was on Saturday. Yeah. I did. I think I flashed the passport just for fun. You have a recorded video call of him with the girl. It's a video? I gotta see that, Steve. Mild winter. It's only January. You still have February and March. Well, at least the first few days of March anyway, right? Maybe the first couple of weeks. 2 inches of snow here. Now, oh, you're in North Carolina. Yeah, you don't get much snow, so it's still bad for you. Bostonians will joke, you don't even know winter, but to you it's winter. Boston, back in the day when they had a big snowstorm and 52 people died because they couldn't get home from their cars, and the problem was, well, I'll just keep my car running. The problem is that the snow went up so quickly. Once the snow engulfs your chassis, on your car, you'll stall out, and they froze to death. They all froze to death. I can't share. I promise. Who'd you promise to, Joe? She already sent us stuff, but she messaged us a lot, and but it's quiet now. She hasn't. There's no need. I mean, I don't need to see it. I just want to know that it's true. But I've already seen something that's proven to me that it's true. Norma saw more than I did, because she said, Jay, trust me, it's true. There's a Taunton in Britain. That means you want to, that means you want to go to Great Britain or London. So, yeah, don't worry if you don't go. I would have gone there, but not anymore. Detroit, yeah, you get some big snow in New England too. So, because I was living in southern New Hampshire, you get like 5 to 6 feet of snow per winter there, and then down near Boston you get like 4 or 5 feet, a little bit less. Because you're too close to the water in Boston, so not as much snow. Because of the temperatures hovering around 32, and then for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm on Instagram, yeah. I'm not there every day, but I do have it. Guys, give me 60 seconds, guys. I need to urinate. I'll be right back. Wait, take that mic off. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. All right, we are back. Get that mic back on there. Okay, we should be good. Do another sound check. Okay, we should be good. Yep, we are good. All right, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for not going away, guys. I'm getting old. I can't go the 5 or 6 hours anymore, holding on to the urine. It's amazing I could go most of the day without urinating, and it's like, can't do that anymore. Let's see. Thanks for coming back, Francia. Yeah, you come from Detroit, Mike? You like to give any... How did you know I was a controller? Yeah, I'm going to give you some financial advice. What is your work? Now, what your work is in your 20s isn't necessarily going to be your work in your 50s. So, hey, Big E, free speech is here. Good to see you, Ed. I don't know if that stands for Ed. I don't know your first name. I'm just assuming that it's Ed, I guess. Big E's here. How's it going? It's going good. Thanks for stopping in. We got a few of the guys here anyway. Not too bad of an audience. So, when I do a panel, I might likely do Gcash, but I'd like to have another panel. But anyway, I'm trying this format to see what happens. We tend to get more. YouTube does something more to get you out there. So in this format, I don't know why, but that's what they're doing. There's Celine. Go connect with Celine, guys. Celine needs some help. Rapid Fliso, but we're not really doing the grow your channel here. We're just doing a chat. You can do it. I mean, you can ask You're searching for a job, so he's not ready to invest. It's always been a good idea to invest in gold. Always, even 40, 50 years ago. But financial advice, pay your personal debt first. Try to stay out of debt, but if you're going to go into debt to buy an asset, not to buy stuff. Stop buying stuff. Don't buy stuff. If you have the iPhone 12 and the 15 comes out, don't buy the or if you have the 14 and the 15 comes out, don't rush off to get the 15. You're wasting your money. Americans think, well, I have the money, but you really don't. Have you ever wondered why when they change like you don't have a phone on the wall in the house anymore? But did you ever wonder why that price went up? And you had watching the game was always free, right? You had a phone on the wall, it was $20, $30 a month, and watching the game was always free. And then all of a sudden, well, the home games are going to cost money. You got to get the cable. And then the home and away games, all the games, they'll be televised, but it's all going to cost you money. And then next thing you know, you're paying $200 a month just to watch TV, and then you're paying another $100 or $80 to have the phone or whatever it is. Oh, you want the 5-phone plan? Oh, only 10 more bucks or whatever. It's like only this, only that. Next thing you know, everything you're spending, everything you earn, you're spending it just to have your stuff. Stop doing that. It's my advice. If you must go into debt to have an asset. A house is not an asset until you sell it. A house is a liability until it's sold. And then once you sell it, the asset becomes cash. So if you're into that, if you're into doing that, that can work. Real estate and gold, I would say the times are changing, guys. There's a lot of trouble out there. With a 15-foot cord, at least a 12 or 10 or 12-foot cord, yeah. And it was always like too tangled. It was like, untangle this phone. And then you would, it was like, I can't, it's too long. We got a new cord on the phone, it's awesome. I remember those days. Not much, but a little bit. Yeah, Americans have a lot of money, but it's all there for the taking. Everyone gets their money taken. You gotta have and you gotta have the flat panel TV. You gotta have it on the wall, and that's all. That service costs money. My daughter has, she's got the house I bought a few years ago, right? She's gotta have pest control. She's gotta have lawn care. She's gotta have, this and that. It's all just for the house. Yeah, and then her kids have to be enrolled in, either gymnastics or cheerleading, and then they have to, they're raising dogs. They actually raise pit bulls. They sell pit bulls. Great dogs. I didn't know that I loved pit bulls, but, I don't want to have one. They're a pain in the you-know-what. But you can fall in love with them. They are lovable. They're actually love bugs. They love to be cuddled and hugged. If you have them when they're a puppy. When they're older, they could be emotionally damaged, and then there's trouble. The American way: overtaxed and heavily in debt. Yeah. So I would say stay debt free. My financial advice: stay debt free. And if you must go in debt, try to buy something that can give you an income, a passive income. Pay off your personal debt first, even though you're trying to stay out of debt. Don't get credit cards to buy stuff. Well, I always wanted to have this, and I wanted to have that, and I gotta have that, and I'm gonna charge it, and then I'll make payments. That's not an option. All right, I'll check, Steve. The app's not on my phone. I gotta do it. I'll do it right on the laptop, but I can't share it, so there's not going to be any mistakes. Mo, put it Parasita, where are you from? I'm living in the Philippines. Taga sa Philippines. Taga ako sa Philippines. Thank you for asking. I am in Rizal right now. Nasa Rizal. Take your harem with you so you can repopulate Mars, bro. You have a harem? More than one person said to me, or I heard said, you're not a man until you choose. Now, I'm not trying to damage anybody, but eventually you got to choose. Are you still a young man, Big E? I don't know. I don't know how old you are, but it's okay to be friendly with women. It's not a bad thing to be friendly. But don't tell everybody you're here to help all. That's like, no, you're not. I'm here to help all. I'm a Christian. I don't know anybody else is, but I pray for everybody. I pray for those people that the Holy Spirit touches them and lets them know, how else do you think you got here? Because the second law of thermodynamics is that whatever explodes will deteriorate. It doesn't improve. An explosion can't create life. You have emotions and feelings, like I know I'm itching right there. If I was ever able to create life, how will it know when to breathe? How will it know when to scratch? How will it know where the itch is? How will it know who to be loyal to? How will it discern anything? Discernment, love and discernment. How will it love? You have these robots now. You can say, "Are you really alive?" Yes, I'm really alive. Okay, but they're not really alive. Could you imagine a robot that breathes? This robot breathes, but breathing the oxygen wouldn't be like doing anything to keep it alive. It's, it's like, imagine having lungs in it. You're breathing in that, but the air doesn't go in to put oxygen in the blood. A single blood cell has so much DNA in it with writing. It's like more than an encyclopedia. How do you explain that? Yeah, yeah, Big E's a good dude. I'm glad you're here. Awesome. It's been a while. You're in oh gosh, I forgot already. You're in North Vietnam, right? Well, it's just Vietnam now, the northern part of Hanoi. Last I heard, you were in Hanoi. So that's all I know. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. If Brett is a robot, he breathes and masturbates all the time. He's not here? Don't pick on people that aren't here. I'm doing the same thing. But let me know when Brett fucks you over, that Billy. That's all I want to tell you. He hasn't screwed me over. White Christian is declining day by day in Europe and America, become atheist. Well, that's the problem. We gotta. There's a war going on. There's a war going on. They're pretty much Christians, mostly Catholic here, but there are a lot of Christians. The Catholics are Catholics think that they're the only way to God because they're Catholic. They don't have to be in the Philippines. I'm Catholic. I was baptized when I was 4 days old, or 5 or 6. Therefore, I'm saved and I'm all set. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And that's not me saying that. Those are the words of Jesus Christ. But we didn't come here to talk about that. Not too much. But anyway, that is where I stand. So you just have to explain to me, where do you think you came from? Where do you think you came from? See, the law of one of the laws of thermodynamics is that everything deteriorates. Evolution doesn't evolve up; it evolves down. So each generation, that's why Adam's children were allowed to have children with their brothers and sisters. There was nobody else. They had brothers, and they weren't going to do it. I don't know if any of the sons did it with their mother. We don't know that, but what we do know is that the brothers and sisters were husbands and wives, but most of them lived more than 800 years. Now, we know as the years went on, it was ungodly, and so we know that people killed. So the ones that weren't killed lived a long time. They lived 1,000 years or close to it. We can't do that now. There's errors in our genes. So each generation creates more errors, so that the likelihood of siblings becomes more likely that there's errors. That's why you're not allowed to fornicate with your siblings. Now, the Holy Spirit makes us unattracted to our sisters. Have you ever wondered why that is? The Holy Spirit does that. You're not attracted to your sisters, Big E, if you have any, or Billy, because the Holy Spirit is doing that. It's not an accident. He's everywhere. Yes, in Hanoi. Big E, it's amazing that you travel. I'm likely older than you, so I'm kind of like running out of chances to travel. I love to travel, but it's hard. It's hard because it's 24 hours to go around the world, or more. It's usually a little bit more than that. You know, it's hard to buy a business class ticket all the time. I did that on my final trip here. It was awesome. Sitting in the front row, but my feet, I'm not that tall. My feet were not long enough to reach the wall. So, spread all the way out. You get to lay all the way back. That was awesome. I refused the wine. If it were today, I would have had the wine. But coming here was a travel ban, and I knew they were going to have special interrogation and stuff like that, and I didn't want to be hungover. So, and it was right away, right off the plane, on your feet, standing in line, waiting to get through, people asking you questions, foreigners asking you. I'm the foreigner, but so they're foreign to me. And so there was a little bit of that, but then there was no human contact. That was one day, and then there was zero human contact for 7 days. And they all had masks on like they were gonna die. That was all so stupid. Dr. Hook line that says, brothers with sister and sons with mothers. We got Lady Sky here, awesome, good to see you, Lady Sky. Brothers with sister and sons with mothers. That would have been the first family. A son who does his mother. Do you know what they say about men who, now that usually happens when they're like an older boy, or maybe even a young boy. They turn out to be chicken shit. It's like you don't even want to deal with them. It's like, ooh, they're afraid of their own shadow. You can't have that. I really enjoyed being on business class, sitting in those first seats, the first row. That was awesome. That is now checked off the bucket list. Sitting in the front row on an international flight, that was awesome. And then even before I could lay back, they were offering me wine, and it was good wine too. But for some reason I wasn't in a mood to drink, even though I want my wine now, but it was different than when I flew. What are the opinions on the Patriots cutting ties with Bill Belichick, guys? That's a big story. Rapid says, in Western countries, From outside, it looks luxurious, royal, and fascinating, but people there from inside, troubling from anxiety, depressed. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I had to get it out. I had a Lexus in a beautiful home, beautiful area, living away from the city. Good job. I had to get out. My boss said to me, Jay, you're going to get stressed out. We just had a vice president die from stress. Don't let that happen to you. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give my notice. And the pay was good. I wasn't the high paid guy in the office, but it was okay. I'm 6'7". Yeah, I knew you were tall. Flying's not fun unless it's going to always cost. When I first flew, I thought it's got to be cheap because I need to save money. But then you're always like in a tight squeeze. It's even when you're 5'9". I'm only 5'9". Even at my height, it was hard to sit in those back seats. The only thing that saved me was if the flight wasn't full, one of those back seats might be empty, and then I can at least have some side. I can lean over a little bit and move my foot into the aisle and stuff like that. It's even hard for me. The airlines don't care. And then they have these exorbitant prices. If you're flying Emirates, you can actually shut yourself in. It's like being in your private room. I don't know if you can take a bath, but that's like $27,000. It's like I don't have that kind of money to throw away. Yeah, I'm outside Manila. I'm out of the 11 city metro. I'm on the other side of Lake Laguna, off of East Manila Road, which is a busy road. I'm 3 blocks away. It's quiet right here. You can't hear anything unless the dog starts barking. But if I walk, it's like a double block, maybe 2 blocks walking to the main street, and then 3 blocks to the main street, and then it's super busy. It's like, it almost looks like you're in Manila. It's a very busy highway. How to increase height after 21? You can't. There's no way. You get your height and your sex, and that's it. Don't change either. Oh, so you're lucky you're in a business that sends you traveling to the big cities. Are you in sales or are you in operations? You sound like an operations guy. I don't. It's funny how if you're a good director of sales, you'll know as much about finance as the accountant. My DOS, they don't worry about the small stuff. They just worry about the big things. So it seemed like whatever they said, that was right. All right, Fazio. I still don't know Fazio. Is he fat? Let's see here. I gotta do an emoji. I'm a director of international business. Oh, excellent. So you're a big guy. I get when I'm posting emojis because I need to push the chat. Director of International Business. Cool. So do you mostly get things ready for setup to get started, or are you already started and you're just there to make sure everyone's doing as well as they can? That'll be my last question, I think. Super short and wide, yeah. You got to be careful if you're. It's not necessarily your height, but if you're short and wide, not good. It's not good to be short and wide. The numbers aren't good for your future. for whatever reason. So the thing is, when people lose weight, their acquaintances say, "You lost weight, you look great," and then they stop losing weight because they think it's great. So, and I always thought it was stupid. Like the book says my correct body weight is 170, but I was weighing like 190, 187, 194, right around there, and I thought it's ridiculous. I look good. Now I had some leg muscle because I'm a skater, but it shouldn't have been that much. So since then I've lost like 20, 24 pounds. I'm back down to 175, but I dropped to 168, which is my correct body weight. My wife said, "No, you need more weight." No, why? So you don't have to feel overweight? No, we both have to be correct body weight. We get to cut out eating sugar. No, that's nice. Well, do you want nice for a couple of years, or do you want to be healthy for the rest of your life? You gotta get rid of the desire for sugar. Well, I did cut out sugar. That's why I'm eating all this spaghetti. Yeah, with the sweet sauce. You gotta stop it. Even without sauce, pasta is fattening. Pasta without sauce is fattening. I've not been to Cebu. I haven't had the time yet. My wife is from Samar, which is a little bit away. It's in the Visayas, but it's northwest of Cebu. That's the closest island to Luzon, the big island. Samar is very big. It's one of the biggest islands. So, but we haven't been there yet. We'll end up going there. There's nothing like asking us to go directly to Cebu unless we fly there. I'm not sure how we're going to get to Samar. Has the smaller airports. I'm not sure how we're going to get there. We do engineering services and specified products for the pharma industry and a little in healthcare. Okay, so you got to be aware of the big pharma that is part of the New World Order. You have to be aware of that truth. That doesn't mean I'm going to belittle you for having a job in the market and making a living. That's not what I'm saying. How did I get 12K subscribers? I'm going to tell you right now. I've been pretty much a live streamer for 3 years, but it's coming in shorts. Shorts is bringing me, I'm posting 6 shorts a day. It's been almost a year now. Actually, it's been a year. 6 shorts per day for 1 year. Multiply 365. I can't, my calculator is the camera. So 6 times 365, 360, it's approximately 6 for a year. That's where I'm got most of my subscribers, because I just did a short. I just got 21 subscribers on one short, and just not even less than 48 hours ago. So most of them I usually get like 3 or 4, but there are some that get more. I've got a short from over 2 years ago that's got like 36,000 views, and still not getting the big views, because it seems like a lot of views, but that's my largest view. So still not into the hundreds of thousands, and that has hundreds of subscribers. That I forget how many it's got. I could go check. I don't want to open too many tabs though when I'm live. Excelente, awesome. Say my name, Elber Gudote, awesome. Thanks for coming in. You have a shout out. Excelente. Excelente. Is it Elber? Can't see. My eyes are bad. Elber Gudote. I never heard of that. Yeah. Maybe I could get used to that. I can't post anything on screen, guys. Oops. I'm clicking too many buttons. I gotta stop it. Still got this cough. I can't get rid of it. It's been 7 days. Maybe I should switch from lemon juice to orange juice, right? A couple more big glasses of orange juice should do it. That's what I'll do. Norma's not here though. I'll have to do it myself. I don't want to get up. 20 million people watching. It's awesome. Chibs, where'd you go? Where did you go? If you post more than once or twice, I'll give you a jacket. Blink fan forever. Hello, hello. If you post again, blink, you will see that you have a jacket. Go to channel. Hold on, guys. All right. You need blink. You need videos. That's all I can tell you. You need videos. It means big eggplant. What? Jomar and Jetta. So anyway, where was I with the very cool group? Yeah, we're just worried about what the opposition to the WEF is saying about Big Pharma, that we have to be careful with that. That's all we're saying. It's no individual person. It's the conglomerate that we're worried about. You are allowed to do your job and make money. I don't have anything against that. No, I was in the hotel business. I retired in 2019. I was an airport hotel controller. There were some perks with that too, but I had to work a lot, so it's hard to take time off. You either have a good job with no time off, or you have all the time off in the world, but no money to enjoy it. So I would rather have the job, because eventually you get to travel. And eventually they said, Jay, we need you to go to Cincinnati for 7 days and do an audit and tell us who's stealing. So I said, okay. I went to Cincinnati and stayed there for 7 days. They feed you, you sleep free, you travel free. It's fun. It's an experience. So I did it. And then New York, Dallas, Kansas City. So we got to move around. They actually paid to move me to Kansas City. And I said, well, how am I going to get my car there? Because I get 2 cars. I'm going to drive one, and then when I'm ready to move, I got to find out a place to live. And then when I'm ready to move, my wife's not going to be able to drive the kids. She's going to have to take a flight. Yeah, we're going to pay for your wife to fly there with the kids, and then we're going to put your van on the truck. And they paid for all of that, everything. They said, but if you quit within, I forget how many years, we will prorate, depending on how long you stay with us, you'll have to pay the rest of that. And so they put it on a prorating scale. So I never had to pay anything because I stayed with them. Yeah, you can't change the politics. That's not going to change. It is what it is. It's all part of the New World Order. They're trying to run the world. It's the slogan in '67 was "Run the world, Illuminati." That was it. So it's back then it was Illuminati. Now it's the WEF. So Klaus Schwab is in charge of the WEF. Larry Fink is the chairman of BlackRock. I don't know who's in charge of Vanguard and State Street. Vanguard, I think, is Big Pharma. So, but what they're all trying to do is they're trying to control governmental leaders and corporate leaders, and then run the world that way without even having to worry about any laws. They'll run the world. That's what they're doing. So, Big E, you won't be in the club. You'll be one of us. Enjoy it. I enjoyed it. While I was there, I enjoyed it, but I started getting stressed towards the end, and then my boss started saying, Jay, you can't be like this. I'm like, well, I'm not stressed every minute of every day. It's just like it reaches up. It's like, why is this effing happening? Because that was the way the company was. The company wanted the people that did the most to do more. Because when you have something that absolutely needs to get done right now, you give it to your most busy person. That's what they all do. So they were always throwing stuff on my boss, and then immediately he wouldn't even think twice. Jay, we have this. Jay, we have that. Oh, I had a boss years ago in '03. He would walk into the office. He would like bang the door open. He would kick it open because I'm in the main office, and he's got his own. He's in the sales office. So he would kick the door open, take the three steps to my desk, and go, boom. He would throw like folders on top of the money. And I'm like, dude, dude, we're not gonna count the money today, are we? Nope. All right, that's cool. Captain Billy Jack, you calling in tonight? You need plenty of rest in case the snowstorm does hit us. Why? You got work? You got work later? All right, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out and talking with us. Billy, the Hapsters is here. Awesome. We're talking about different things that will keep people hanging out. We just had 20 million. It's 14 million right now at this second. It goes up and down. Queen Bee. Yeah, Billy, I was fortunate. Norma and I met the Hapsters in BGC. I hate it when people, no, that's your home when you're in the Philippines. But when other vloggers just come here to stay in BGC, it's like, look where I am, I'm in BGC. I hate that. I hate that to a passion because it's not the Philippines. I mean, it's actually in the Philippines, but it's not why it's not authentic. It's like different. It's an all-world city. So it just ticks me off that they do that. Because, I mean, I was there. When I was there more than once, I wasn't a vlogger. And then I became a vlogger after that. I didn't become a vlogger until 2020. Bye, Billy. See ya. Billy was here for a little while. What hour are we in? It tells me the minutes. We're almost hitting 3 hours. Time flies when you're having fun, Hapsters. I don't know. How can I find English Native online where I can talk? English Native online? What's your native language? No, we don't have a panel. I'm on the YouTube. I'm directly on YouTube. I wanted to see how it goes. So, but we will do a panel to do talking, singing, and I want to do the Gcash also. So when I want to do Gcash, I will do the panel, but I want to do a couple of these live streams to get that going. Thankfully, I only go to the office once a year, which means travel, right? Oh, it just seems like you're always traveling. Oh, the office. Oh, I had to stop and think of that for a second. So, yeah, it's interesting. The guys that are always out, they're a different breed. So. Yeah, I always had tall bosses too. Both of my two most recent bosses they were both 6'5". When James was moved out, and they said you're gonna get a new boss in he'll be here in a couple days, and I thought, oh good, and somebody with a normal height, right? He was also 6'5". It's like, okay. BGC Taguig. Taguig is such a big city. To me, that's the real Philippines. Taguig is the real Taguig and Pasig, and obviously Old Manila. Norma and I went over to Intramuros in Fort Santiago last week when I got the visa. Hapsters, if you haven't heard, I'm permanent now. I'm a permanent immigrant. I got it all signed and stamped last Friday. What's today? Yeah, it was 1 week ago. It seems like a long time ago. It was 1 week ago. I've been sick on my feet though. I haven't really been able to fall asleep, like take a nap. No naps. I don't know. It's keeping me awake, but it's making me feel like crap. I'm excited to come back in a few weeks. Hey, I hope we meet up. We haven't really been doing too much, so I hope we can meet up. English native people. I don't know what to tell you. Just hang here. We speak English. Although I don't have a panel today. Sometimes I have panels, but I don't have it today. I'm not cut out for daily office politics. Yeah. I had my own office, but it was mostly open door. I had one girl in my office. She was my assistant. That was a good thing because she did a lot of the work. Not all of it. I had to do a lot of work too. I mean, I was always busy, so I'm doing something, but she was doing the. She was mostly accounts receivable. I was handling accounts payable. But accounts payable is cut and dry. Accounts receivable, you kind of have to build relationships. That's the first advice I gave her. I said, the best way to get people to pay up is to find out who to build an authorized person to build a relationship with and be their best friend. And they will pay you first, because controllers will pay the person that bothers them, but there'll be a point, some people will say like, well, I don't like that person, so I'm not going to pay them. And they'll do that, because they have to not pay. They have to decide, who do I not pay today? Because we don't have enough money. We don't have enough cash flow. We make money, but it's not all cash flow. Yeah, like, it's such a shock. I don't know what to do. But all the little, because we're always like, in my briefcase, it's all the paperwork, and I always had to save everything, receipts and documents, and it's like, it weighs like 15 pounds. It's like unbelievable. Just a little briefcase. So, because I didn't want to lose any documents or receipts or anything like that. There's no requirement on sub count to do a live stream. You can do a live stream with 0 subs and 0 views. You don't need subs or anything to do a live stream, but you do need to verify your account. Let's have Big E in the meeting. Hapsters. We'll have them all at the same time. That's always good. When not too many, but when there's like an extra person there or something, that can be fun. maybe have it at Mega Mall. I met Mick Fisher at Mega Mall. We had a good day. That was fun. He said he was coming back, but I haven't heard anything. So I don't know. I hate to do that on camera, but anyway, I did it. So, I don't know when I'm going to meet him again. What do I think about India? Well, I haven't been there. I'm likely not going there, but I don't have anything bad to say. I think India is finally free from Britain. Britain stole a lot from India. I do believe that to be true. There was a time when Britain thought that everything belonged to them. But those days are over, obviously. I don't have any hard feelings about Britain either. That's not me saying, that's India saying that. I suppose I could have gone to more places, it just didn't happen. Someone said to me, why do you keep going back to because I came here like 9 times, 10 times, 9 or 10. Why do you keep going there? Why don't you travel the world? You should go here and there. And I was like, what are you talking about? I love the Philippines. No, you should visit Europe and go to all these cities, and it's awesome. I said, maybe so. It's just, for now, I want to go back to the Philippines. And then that didn't stop. So that's really why I came here. So. And now I'm married, so I'm not. It's not an endless pit of money, but there's money, but it's not endless. Big E thinks it's pretty horrific. I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, you're not Indian, so what are you looking for? You're looking for Biggie's looking for world-class cities, so you would want to have to go to Bombay or New Delhi, right? For that, I guess. I mean, I guess the good countries have good cities that have good areas, and even BGC, it's part of Taguig, so I mean, there's slum areas in Taguig. When you go to BGC, you're in, you get you're in the hotel area, beautiful restaurants. That's fantastic. But you drive a little ways out, and you're in Taguig. That's where you get the street food, and and everybody, jeepneys and tricycles. So nothing wrong with. I don't have any problem with jumping on a jeepney, and it's hard to do that when you're 6'7", or a tricycle. We take a lot of tricycles. When I was getting the dental work done, we couldn't take the car because there was you can't park there, because we're going in. It's just a mile, maybe 2 miles, and it's a small area. You got to just jump out of the tricycle and then ring the bell. So that's just where we live. So it's hard if you're 6'7". That's hard to do that. But I mean, it's possible that you might be an animal guy, and you like the wild animals. Maybe you're whatever it is that you do, whether you're an animal trainer or something like that. You might be fascinated with elephants or some of the big game cats or something like that. You might enjoy India. Yeah, I don't know any of the details about that. All I know is that there was a relationship with Britain and India for years. The one good thing that came out of it is that the English language is spoken in India. I appreciate that. I'm making posts so I can read the last chat. That's why I do that, guys. But it's really hard in India unless the person is an experienced traveler. Not for the faint of heart. I see what you're saying, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to go there thinking, okay, so where do I get my steak dinner and my hot shower or my comfortable bed? I said to Norma, we can't just go to Samar and we go into the squatter areas to do karaoke and stuff and eat its local food. Because what happens is when we get there, we're probably there for 7 to 9 hours, roughly 8 hours, sometimes even longer. And it's about once a month, so, or every 5 weeks or whatever. It's not too long, and then we're going. So we got to take a jeepney or a tricycle or both. And when we get there, you're squeezing in, you're walking through little alleys and stuff, and there's doors everywhere, and there's kids and people, and it's very tight quarters. There's airspace, a little bit of airspace above you, but not much because the houses are close together, so you're squeezing through. You gotta be careful of puddles and rocks, and it's not perfectly paved. You're tiptoeing, and then finally you get to where you're going, and there's not much room there, and they'll have plastic chairs and stuff, and everybody sits around, and it's tight quarters, and it's hot, and they usually have a fan or something, and maybe there's a room with air conditioning in it. That's sometimes helpful, and lots of food, and flies and stuff like that. So, and everyone's shooing the flies away, but you can't get them all away. They're always going to be around. Especially if there's fish. My wife is from Samar. Norma's from Samar. And the family. So with his family in Samar, that's why we might go there. We're definitely going to go there sooner or later. We're just not sure of exactly when we're going there. Here, English is not just a language, but it's a class. If you speak English in India, you will get respect. Yeah, I get a lot of respect here, but I think it's number one, I'm married to Norma, but number two, I'm an elder. So the elder leads when we're going to eat, the elder leads the prayer. It's usually me, but sometimes it's somebody else. So I mean, I'm not 100 or anything like that, but there's respect. When children come in the room, they do a thing where they take your hand and they touch their forehead. They do that here, and that happens to me a lot. And a colleague just came back from India to do a job, and he was not impressed. I've never gone to Bicol, no. No, I've not been in the Visayas yet. And I say that because I know I'm going to Samar. We just don't know when we're going to go. It might be soon. It might be this year. Have you gone to Bicol? Goat Gold Gaming. Goat Gold Gaming. Are you in Bicol? I don't know. Where are you right now? Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about India. India is a big country, one of the largest countries. Being in the Philippines, I get a lot of ads from, and they're music, music spot ads. Some of your ads are music videos here with me, and a lot of it's the Indian music. They seem to be, they're either older artists or Indians look older. Is that what it is? They all look like they're in their 30s. I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, India now has a larger population than China. Yeah, because China's killing people. I believe that to be true. Now, is it by the millions? I don't know. I'm not going to say that they're killing millions at a time. I don't know. It's hard to dispose dead bodies. The thing with China, the problem with China, really, I mean, I know in the past they've killed people, and I'm sure 1 or 2 people are still being killed, but the problem with China now is the one-child policy. That's a negative policy. You have to have 2.1 children. That is probably the reason. So China's not growing. The other problem with that is that the median age is also going up, which is a huge problem. They're not going to compete very soon. It could be 20, 30 years before they're competing. Well, Sam, I'm going to tell you, there's no panel, there's no sound card, no StreamYard. I'm directly on YouTube, and this is my second time. I will do StreamYard again for a panel and karaoke and chat and the wheel. That will happen, but just not this. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. It's hard to keep giving that money away because we spend so much here. We're spending. Norma likes to spend. I keep telling her, stop buying stuff. It's no good. You don't need it. It's no good for you. They ended the one. I wasn't sure about that, but still, they had it for so long. It could be a problem. The planet does not have too many people. That ain't true. The problem is you're packing them in cities that don't know how to handle it. The cities have stupid politics. It doesn't need to be that way. There's too many people in the way of power that are in it for the wrong reasons. Right, Honeyco? Big shout out to Honeyco. Japan also has a problem, but that's their problem. I don't know I don't have too much right at the moment to say about that. Tiffany Swisher, hello, Megalith shout out. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in the J Mike Show. Thank you everybody, and thank you for hitting that thumbs up button. That's important to me. If you are on the phone, if you're watching on phone, just touch the dots I think it's at the top right. Just touch the dots and then it drop down will give you a thumb up. Then hit that. That's all I need. That's all I'm asking, guys. Love Kiwi Rail from New Zealand. We're doing good. We're doing good. Good to see you. Mommy Hapsters, yeah. Everyone calls her mommy, but I can't because I'm older than her. She said, "Don't call me Ma." I said, "Ma'am," and she said, "Don't say that to me. You're older than me." I said, "You have a point there." She's coming back. We just don't know when. How come we don't know when? You get tickets. There's a date on those tickets. I'm not sure if I want to like sleep my first day. Takes 24 hours to get it. You're all out of sorts when you get here. It's like you're so excited and happy to be here, but you're not yourself because you've been on waiting in lines and chairs and it's for 24 hours. That's painful and it doesn't get easier. The older you get, the harder it is. But you can get used to it a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Honeyco, is everything back to normal now? Is everything okay? It just seems like the wrong men were chasing you. I don't know. I don't know if I don't want to put any blame out there. And I know my incident was a long time ago, but it seems like yesterday. YouTube started a thing where new to you or something, they put it right on your homepage. It's like, why are you suggesting my videos to me? So I saw one, I went, oh, this was like last year or the year before, and I clicked on it, and it was about the incident. And then it happened to another one, and I went, oh, I had a lot of views here, let's see what this was. And then it was another one. It's like, oh no. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want people to find out when I leave and get there. Well, I know, but I don't know why. There's nothing they can do about it. Surprises don't work. It's like, stop it. Stop it with the surprise parties. They rarely work. It's hard to pull it off. Spamming cats? What does that mean? Spamming cat. Oh, the emojis? That's probably the only ones they can pull up, I guess. Let's see, this used to be my emoji for my live stream. Right there. It's also in my, if you remember, it's in the membership, I guess. How do I shut that? I don't know how to shut that off. I just don't want. Oh, you think people are going to be here showing up? Yeah, I want a piece of the Hapsters. I don't know what it is. All right. At some point. Oh, yeah. Not too many emojis, because then it looks like spam. Maria Suzanne Ligutan, mega love shout out. Deleted by Nightbot. Why? Oh, caps. Hold on, Maria. Oh, wait a minute. I'm screwing up. I'm a total screw up at the moment. You know why? We're past the 3-hour mark, that's why. I'm not used to going over 3 hours lately. We used to go 6-7 hours all the time, and it's like I can't do that anymore. All right, warning from Nightbot. I can't get rid of that because it's the last chat. You're all set now, Maria. Maria Suzanne Ligutan. You have a jacket now, so you won't get that warning anymore. Sorry about that. I need orange juice. Hold on, guys. I need orange juice right now. It's sore. Honey, are you back yet? Where's my glass? I thought we had one of these open, but we don't, so I'm gonna have to open it, and I can't because it's pushed. It got pushed. I don't know if I can fix that. Oh, now she's back. Now you're back. After I don't need you anymore. My hair's getting long. I need another haircut. The way it's cut, it doesn't look good when it grows too long. Because it has bangs. I'm screwed up here. Let's see if I can fix that. Shake that. It won't shake when it's full. It's too full. Alright, it's... Oh, let me show you what I'm drinking. It is pure orange juice. I'm pretty sure that's pure. It's from the Middle East. I'm not sure what country that's from, unless I can read it, because it's in a different language. It's all in Arabic. I can hardly... The only thing that I can recognize are the numbers and the name. It's from... Let's see. Oh, there's one thing in English. Oh, the header is... just says typical nutritional information, serving size / taille de la portion. And then, oh, it's in 2 languages, so there's some English on there. Anyway, it's Saris. I'm trying to... Product Afrique du Sud. Where is Afrique du Sud? Sud. S-U-D. I'm not sure where that is. Africa do Sol. Again, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Let me put this away. Cat doesn't know I'm talking to people. She just thinks I'm sitting here like by myself. He needs company. I'm gonna jump up there. That's what she thinks. I'll get some cuddles. He might like company right now. That tastes like real orange juice, guys. That ain't no mixed drink. There's so many, like Del Monte and all those corporations, they just make something that tastes like orange, but when you really read the instructions, I don't know why they give you the truth in the fine print, but then on the front it's like orange drink. Carrot and orange, yeah, that's a good flavor, yeah. Persian cats are nice. Yeah, we call her Siamese. I think they come from Persian cats, but I'm not sure. I love all cats. I like most cats, but if the cat doesn't like you, there's nothing going to be likable about the cat. Back in the day, I had a Siamese cat, and my old roommate came to my mother's house because when I moved, I gave the cat to my mother, and I wasn't there, and he came and he wanted to bring her back home to see, because we both had Siamese cats. So he wanted to mate her with his cat, and he picked her up to take her, and she scratched his face and jumped down. She wouldn't let him do it. He was going to take her. I need my mic. It's right here. My mic's right here. Oh, hold on. Let me check that sound. I need my mic. It's right here. My mic's right here. Yeah. All right. That's as good as it's going to get. Bye, Tiffany. See you later. We have guava juice. We grow guava here. There's not very many right now. At certain times, it's in season, and then there's a lot of them. But we don't make juice. Norma just eats them whole. They're not very big, but Norma just eats them. I tell her, don't just eat all that stuff, honey. That's got calories. She eats all that stuff that we grow, and then she buys like apples and bananas and all these. I can't even name them all because I don't know what they're all called. But she buys all that fruit, and then she's eating it all the time, like different fruits, lanzones and guavas and mangoes. It's like, if you eat plain spaghetti that's not sweet and no sauce, you're gonna gain weight. So, and breads and cakes, you gotta watch out with all that stuff. The fine print, well, when it comes from a Middle East country or Africa, I don't know what the heck it says, but I'll look it up. So when's the NFL draft? That's what I want to know. I want to know right now. I'm Rob Bass and I gotta get down. We have juice called POG pineapple, orange and guava. Pineapple, orange, guava. Pineapple's too sweet. You gotta be careful with that too, because we're buying pineapples because it's a good price. But if you're eating pineapples and oranges and apples and guava, and you're over 50, it's not good. It's too many calories. Big E, you in Chicago now? You and Billy? You gonna get together? I don't know. Len Whistler, you had your first snow. You're in Vancouver? I forgot where you are. Saw a video from Granville. Yeah, you gotta be careful with juices, or if you're eating fruit all the time, because fruit is kid food. So you really gotta understand how that's affecting your body weight. All mainland U.S. will be very cold next week. This is the teeth of winter, guys. Sucks to be you. Now I get to chuckle. I feel you though. I know how it feels. I'm from New England, northern New England, southern New Hampshire. Well, it's southern New Hampshire, but that's northern New England. The northern part, just up above the northern part of Massachusetts. A 90-minute drive to work into Boston Airport, Logan. That's on a good day. 19 Celsius here right now. That's a good day. Oh, you're not there yet. You're in Vietnam. Yeah. Okay, so you're going back. Better eat fruits than juice. Yeah, juice was the kick. They were selling juicers and everything. Everyone, all the people in their 20s were like, this is great. Now that they're in their 40s, it's like, oh, big mistake. I think Big E hasn't left Vietnam yet. Vancouver got their first snow. So you're kind of like out there near Seattle, so it's like you don't always get all the big loads of snow, right? The big snowfalls. Oh, let's see what we got. 209 minutes. So we're in this is hour number 4, guys. So in Vietnam, going to Chicago next week. All right, there you go. So how many NFL football fans are there watching right now? Anybody into that? I'm a big NFL fan. I kind of like it. I know not everything's perfect, but it's fairly interesting. The drummer is crazy. Sad to see Bill Belichick go, but he was making it sad too. So it's like he didn't want to. He didn't know how to say, "I don't want to stop coaching." He's got a funny way of saying things. It was kind of sad watching that. Like Bob, the press conference that he had with Bob Kraft. He didn't want to go, but he didn't want to agree with Robert Kraft. So I think we're going to find out that the final year of his contract was voided so that they wouldn't trade him for a draft pick, because any team he goes to is going to lose their whatever draft pick they trade, right? So if they trade one first-round draft pick, then they won't have it, and he'll be the coach. So I don't think so that they're not going to, depending on what team he goes to, that they're likely not going to have a top 3 pick. So they won't be able to get that quarterback. Oh, I'm not looking at that right. I don't have that up. I have the playoff picture. Who's going to win it? Ravens are looking good. Let's pick the Final Four. Final Four. Oh, it's right here. 49ers, Cowboys, Ravens, Bills. How does that sound? That's the 4 top teams. Power rankings. That's the seeding. That's the top 4 seeding. Top 4 seeds, I guess. Oh no, wait, let's look at that again. Yeah, that's pretty much the 1 and 2 seeds out of each conference. So I think, did the Chiefs and Dolphins play yet? I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to look at that when I'm not live. So what are we doing? Mostly watching YouTube right now. I don't like television. They're lying to us. In fact, I've learned that they've never been telling us the truth, ever. You get the truth when they're talking about the local current weather. That's when you get the truth. They'll take a piece of truth and then spin a story their own way, and they do it. They've been doing it since we were born. And I'm no longer interested in sitcoms. There's always a little bit of politics stuck in there, and I don't like that. Fat Bill was overrated. He was nothing before Brady, and he was nothing after Brady. Yeah, I don't look at it that way. Without Bill Belichick, there's nobody will ever have heard of Tom Brady. He was the 199th pick. He had to learn. First thing they did was put him through a year of training. He was nothing. Now, he was confident, but he was nothing. Thank you, Hapsters. Thanks for stopping in. You were here for a good long time. No, I'm not a flat earth nut job. Bill Belichick has said a million times, players win football games. But players also fail to succeed. When we say, he had all the talent in the world, why didn't he succeed? There's been 1,000 of those guys. You know, top picks, Ryan Leaf, Russell, he was on the Raiders, I think, that got him. All those top number 1 picks, these big athletes, they don't all make it. There's a lot of them because they didn't get in with the right group. So Brady got a good start with Belichick. It doesn't happen without him. Belichick never blocked anybody, and he never tackled anybody. He said it a million times. I would never want anyone besides Tom Brady as my quarterback. He said that. So yeah, It's funny how once a player gets it all going, he can be a plug and play for somebody that's ready, the team that has everything in place, and then they can win. That did happen. Doesn't make him. It doesn't mean he's more valuable than Bill Belichick. Can't say that. Thank you, Elsie. Elsie Malaysia's here. Awesome. Good to see you. Thank you. But players win ball game. When the team wins, it's because they had a great quarterback. When they lose, it's all the coach's fault. It's funny. Kansas City now they have some notorious drop passes. So therefore, Andy Reid needs to retire. But when they were making the catches, Patrick Mahomes was the great quarterback. Why is that? Hey, Sean Tuber, good to see you. Oh, I still have that deep cough. It's not as bad. There's not as much phlegm, but it's drying up now. It'll be another day or so, I hope. Carson Edits, awesome. Good to see you. Name a car that I can do an edit on. I don't know. I'm not in comedy mode. What's the answer to that? Is that a comedy riddle? See, he's saying it too, Sean. It's not that simple. Without Bill Belichick, Tom Brady doesn't make it in the NFL. There's so many top athletes that get taken number 1, number 2, number 3, and then they don't make it. I'd say maybe 1 out of every 3 out of the top 3 every year actually really becomes a Pro Bowler. I don't know rugby, Joel. Not very well anyway. We're talking about American football. It's the beginning of the playoffs, and 8 or 10 coaches have been fired that missed the playoffs. Yeah, you think so? Okay, so this is year 1, right? Year 1 or year 2, right, for Brock Purdy? So we'll see. First of all, they got to win. When New England won their first Super Bowl, Adam Vinatieri made that kick. In the Snow Bowl, don't tell me how many field goals they had. Now, Tom Brady played great for a snow game. Snow games are full of problems. But it was Adam Vinatieri that kicked those points. Special teams, defense, you have all that. When he went to Tampa, right, all they needed was a quarterback that didn't make mistakes, and they were going to compete. So when it happens, right, all the 7 championships were all Tom Brady. In 2019, he threw a pick 6 in the playoffs against the Titans, and the Patriots let him go because he was like 42. They just decided, let's take a chance and let him go. And then he won 1 more title. It doesn't have, if he goes to the wrong team, there's no title. Tampa, Bruce Arians, he didn't have any titles. He was considered a good coach, but not a top coach. They had their issues, but they had a quarterback that kept throwing interceptions. So you eliminate that, and you get a title because of what he learned with New England. So, who started Week 12 as a rookie? Tom Brady did not start in his rookie season. He played in exhibitions. He played in I think it was week 5 his second year, and never looked back. Or Brock Purdy. Okay. So far, so good. Brock Purdy. Rugby's not popular. Yeah, because we have a thing going on called, well, you got American football and you got Canadian football. Canada doesn't have as much time in the year to play football. It has to be summer. So it's not as big. Not as big. We got someone here from Russia. Awesome. Thank you for stopping in. If happen to hit that like button, even bigger gratitude. Yeah, I guess hard to get likes from strangers. We get a beg for that. Elsie, hope you hit that thumbs up button. Oh, Sam. Thumbs up are very much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Brock Purdy looks good there. There's a huge chance they'll be in the conference title game. Huge chance. So good luck to them. I like San Francisco, but it's going to be the defense. You got we'll see. We'll see. They're the number 1 seed in the NFC, so that's not a bad thing. Sean, it's been about 3 years. Well, Sean, there's a reason they call it football. You don't see it on highlights because it doesn't sell highlights. It doesn't sell the NFL. But whenever there's a play that changes the game, field position, sets you up to maybe score points, like a punt, they'll show the punt in the highlights. But if it doesn't affect the game, they won't. They won't show kickoffs or punts. But if it comes down to it, they'll show kickoff. They don't even show all the field goals in the highlights, but it does score points. So they'll show the kicking game when it makes a difference. And in the playoffs, in that first title, without special teams, they don't get there. And then there's no Tom Brady. And then, because things snowball when that happens. The next year, they were back to 9-7. Because what playoff games do is they put your players through a beating. You play more games, you have a shorter career. That's why men from championships teams retire sooner, because they're playing more big-time games. Champions play an average of 3 games extra, and those are the most important games of their careers. So after 10 years, somebody on the Patriots has had a 13-year career. Case in point, Rob Gronkowski. Even though he only played 9 years with the Patriots, it was like 12 years, even though he was injured for a lot of that time. That's the other. So his career came through injuries. He was injured almost always. And then he went to Tampa. He made some key plays in that Super Bowl against Kansas City, as well as Antonio Brown. And they had a stacked defense. So to sit there and say, well, it was all Tom Brady and not Bill Belichick, that you can never ever say that, because he was just another backup quarterback when Bill Belichick took him. The Niners have never hit a great kicker, but I will say it's going to come down to the kicking game. You can bet on it. Australia, we're not talking about Australian football. We're talking about American football. Sorry. I'll give you a jacket, though. And basketball, yeah. Well, we're not really talking about basketball. We could if you want to, but we're not. If you want to compare talent, there's no comparison. The worst team missing their top player from the NBA would beat the champions from Australia, maybe in a 4-game sweep. Maybe lose a game. I'm not sure. It depends on how hard they're trying. I get a lapel mic. You can't see it because my shirt's black, but it's, maybe you see it right there. It is right there. Oh, I lost. Oh, the foam never. There's the foam piece. I never had it on there. When I went to take a leak, I lost the foam piece because I put it down. It doesn't fit. It's just on there loose. So there it is. Josie Pink is here. Awesome. Thank you for stopping in, Josie. I'm a Lions fan. Go Lions. Let's see. The Lions are. Oh my. Oh, they're in the NFC. They're the third. They're the third seed, so they have a shot. But they open against the Rams. When do they play? The Rams and Lions, that's going to have some, they have some players that have switched teams, so that'll be interesting, I guess, in that regard. So the Rams and Lions, that's going to be a good game. I'm not sure who's going to win that one. Go Lions, you know. The Rams have a good defense, guys. And they have Matthew Stafford, so they have a pretty good team. The Lions, and I think I just covered that. How good are the Lions? They're the third seed in the NFC, ready to start this weekend. Today's Friday. I think the game is on Saturday or Sunday. The Lions are the home team against the Rams. So they should win. They should be favored. But the Rams were champs 2 years ago, right? Yeah, because Kansas City won another one. They're second out of 3-4 years. So I'm 66 years old, guys. Kate, thanks for asking. I'm 66. So I try not to look and act that old, but there are some aches and pains. I'm not feeling good right now. When I get a cold, it lasts a little bit longer than it used to. I'm chugging down. Maybe because we stopped buying juice, so I wasn't drinking orange juice, and then I didn't have an orange for. I think orange is the cure for getting a cold, but obviously I stopped eating oranges for a couple of weeks, and then that's all it takes. I look 50, thank you. I'm 66. So, yep, each year I start to feel a little bit older. When I was 30, my wife at 30, my newlywed bride and I went out and had a steak dinner and a bottle of wine. And the girl asked me for my identification, and I'm 30 years old, and I said, "Oh, wait a minute. How old are you?" She goes, "I'm 21." And I said, "Do I look younger than you?" And she says, "Well, no." And I said, "Okay, then I'm not showing you my ID." And she goes, "Okay." So funny. The Lions have had a pretty good season, not perfect by any means. They were 12 wins and 5 losses. They finished first in the NFC North. So that's a big difference from the good old Lions, right? There's a big delay. Do you have bad internet? Oh, refresh your page and see what happens. I'm in Angono Rizal on the big island of Luzon in the Philippines, outside the metro of Manila. Brisbane or Melbourne, so southeast coast of Australia. Thanks for stopping in. Good eye all the way from Australia. I get a few viewers from Australia, so thanks for stopping in, guys. You hope the Lions beat the Rams. They should be favored. There's no drill in here. It's just It's just a screen. Bengals and Seahawks were the last teams eliminated. And then, Sean, what do you think of Pete Carroll getting kicked out of Seattle? I never thought that was going to happen. Did not see that coming. I thought they competed this year. I thought they were pretty good. They didn't have the greatest quarterback. But speaking of the greatest quarterback, for some reason the Chiefs managed to end up 11-6. They win the West because the other teams stink. And they're the 3rd seed, so they're the same as the Lions, number 3 seed in the East and the American Conference. So you still have the Cowboys, 49ers, Bills, and Ravens ahead of them in the seeding in the power rankings. The Ravens look good, guys. Even when they make a mistake, they turn right around and stick it down your throat. They're playing well. Joel Lirawati, what is up? Do I know Fiji? I know it's in the Pacific. I've heard of it. It's usually warm there, right? O&B, been to a lot of Pacific regions. I like Justin Jefferson. Yes, there's rumor has it that he might end up on the Patriots. I don't know. That makes him a free agent, right? So that's what's going to happen. He's going to go to another team. I'm not saying that's not a done deal by any means, but I'm saying there's a let's say there's a 25 to 40% chance he ends up on New England. When you put percentages on things, it means you didn't actually say that. There's a little bit of a possibility. What team do I support? I don't support them financially at all. I follow the New England Patriots. I'll leave it at that. The biggest story right now is Bill Belichick. He'll be coaching elsewhere. There are rumors about Dallas, Philadelphia, or Atlanta, and Los Angeles, and Washington. One of those 5 cities is likely to be the home of Bill Belichick. Because he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to give up what he was doing. And they just thought, well, we got to bring in a new general manager because you can't do everything. The problem with that, you can't spend the time checking out 500 college players. You can't do that. Thank you. That's like my 3rd. I had orange juice. I don't need any more. The Patriots lineup is stacked. Well, they put a lot of guys on injured reserve on the defense to save them. That was a smart move. So when Belichick says, I'm doing things to help our football team, that's one of them. He disabled Gonzalez and I forgot his name again. I keep forgetting his name. The linebacker that had a huge number of sacks last year. And they still were number 8 on defense, points allowed. I think it's points allowed, which is the real defense. So they're always good on special teams. They drafted 2 kickers. But Matthew Slater is expected to retire. One of the greatest players of all time. People will go, what are you talking about? Because you don't you don't rank special teams players, but they win football games. Special teams players fix the field position, but you need consistency out of that. Oh, mistake. That's a mistake. That's not a mistake. All right, cool. Well, they're better than what were they, a 4-win team? They're better than that, but you can't really say that. Because as we know, you're only as good as your record says you are. But the thing is, not all wins are created equal because you have strength of schedule. That was the elimination procedure, strength of schedule. If you had there were teams with equal records in and out of the playoffs, the tiebreaker is strength of schedule. So that's the end of that story. All right? Once I get talking this long, I can just keep going on and on and on. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night or a day. It's 1:08 p.m. here in the Philippines. We have been here for... It only has minutes. How many hours? Almost, not quite 4 hours ago. Over 3 hours. Two hours and 50, almost 4 hours, guys. I gotta go. I don't know why I'm trying to figure that out. I'm like backing I'm counting on fingers. Oh, I gotta go, guys. It's been a good live stream. Thank you all. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you haven't done that, please hit the thumbs up for me, guys. I appreciate that. And if you comment on some of my videos, I might go over to your channel and see what happens. So if you're looking for that kind of connection, we can do that. Thank you, guys. I gotta go. Let me find that button. I don't know where the button is. It's hidden. There it is. See you guys.